guys, it's just Gina here with Big Man News, Georgia and Brent, and this is Meet Us After 7.
You forgot Sid.
I left him out on purpose.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, because he's never on time.
Yeah, he's a useless motherfucker.
Language.
Sorry about you. All right, Meet Us After 7.
Throw some D's on that.
All right, episode 218.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2021.
Ain't no happy about this year.
George, speak for yourself, girl.
Speak for yourself, girl.
We claiming all positivity.
Actually, you right.
Come on.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Hope everyone had a good New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Well, hold on, what's today?
Today is Sunday the 3rd.
The 3rd, yeah?
Yep.
I hope everyone had a good New Year's Day and Eve. We got the Ute. The Ute correspondent is back in the house with her long docket of 3.
2.5 even.
Thank you for having me.
She's like, yeah, can Georgia come? She's got a docket today, you know? I'm like, yeah, calm down, man. Calm down. It's going to be live. I'm like, Georgia, what's a docket still? 1, 2, 3.
It wasn't even a full 2, 3.
To be fair, I guess it's better than nothing.
No, it's all good. And
True.
you're going to add to it as we go along.
Hopefully.
Waiting for Jesse to come. We'll see what time he arrives.
It's a new year and he's still running on CP time. Yep.
All right, I wanted to talk about Power first, just because
The episode was
lit.
No, it was.
And seemed to get it.
You're not watching it, are you?
I still haven't started it yet.
Oh, well, you're going to have to get over
And
it.
I feel like it's just a bit too late now.
No, it's not.
It's not too late.
The season is sick though.
I know, I watched one episode with you.
Yeah, it's actually a good show.
It's a big rich.
So Brent, are you really not going to tell me where to go? No?
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. Bright light, city life, I gotta make it. This is where it goes down. I just happen to come up hard. Legal or illegal, baby, I gotta make it.
I never took a straight path nowhere. Life's full of twists and turns, bumps and bruises. I live, I learn. I'm from that city full of...
Brent, we clapped again, yeah? Another time.
Cool.
So yeah. Oh, shit. I'm still recording there, right? Alright, cool. Yeah, we clapped twice. Alright, cool. My headphones sound very low. I don't know what's going on. Is it me or...
You sound very loud in mine.
I sound kind of low in mine. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm touching these dials like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, they're very sweet. My goodness.
Yeah, I told you.
Why are they red?
I don't know. It's just dye.
Well,
But it's very sweet.
Yeah, but it's bang though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not a sweet
Oh, is it?
tooth person. So
Okay, they're bang still.
I don't think I'm gonna get far.
All right, so Power. This was the penultimate. That's the word, right? Penultimate episode. A lot went down. It was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a good one still. Should we go to the end or the beginning? The end was sick still.
Listen, end was hard, but let's start from the top, from the TOP.
All right, so from the top, we had what was the first initial scene? Hello, anyone who else watched Power in the room? Okay, Gina's chewing and Brent is first scene, first few minutes.
I don't remember.
It was.
Was it when they were in the classroom? Oh, it was in the classroom and when they were having the.
Was it Zeke? I finally learned his name. Zeke talking to
Professor Milgram
about why he has bruises.
Is that the lady?
Teacher, yeah. So in a nutshell, Zeke told Professor Milgram what happened with the. Is it GTG?
Get that guap.
With the GTG, obviously he didn't tell her exactly what happened. He tried to, paint a different picture to, keep the family a secret. But then she done her digging and kind of found out what happened.
She used to be a lawyer. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, he confessed and he went and told Monet. And then Monet was giving him his little speech or whatnot. And then the black cop came to the school, right? Obviously they're doing investigations based on the killing of my man in the pool and that. And then this is the boring stuff, to be fair. And then What's happened after that?
Tariq speaks to younger Tommy.
Yeah, Tariq
And
confesses
tells
to
him,
Tommy.
and tells him the first time he's actually told him the truth when he
Yeah.
told him that Riley sacked his niece and she's only dating him to investigate
To
stuff,
spy on
spy on him
Tariq.
and stuff like that.
Yep.
They start selling coke because obviously
Cocaine.
Monet needs him to sell the coke.
Oh no, sorry. This is how it started. How can I forget? With Kane and my man putting all these
The dead
chopped up bodies
yeah.
into.
It was the two people that he killed, the two crew members.
Okay.
Remember in the last episode, Kane came in and obviously there's 3 of them in it.
Yeah.
And he spared that one's life. So
Yeah.
that's why the guy was rattled because they're his crew members. That's why his
Yeah,
face looked
yeah.
so upset.
I forgot. See, that was the first scene. Kane and my man. Basically, they killed these two people when they
Yeah,
chopped
I
up their
remember
bodies
that.
and they were putting them into like, I don't know.
They put them in those things, you know when they
Tin
melt
cans?
acid? They
What
melt
are they?
acid in them.
Oh.
Yeah.
like barrels.
Yeah.
Sorts. Put
Why
them in the
did
barrel.
you spare the other guy's life?
Because now he makes him work for him.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
All right. So, shout out to Jackie Long,
Yep.
aka Rico.
Yep.
So, the shipment.
Basically, the shipment came in
Yeah, shipment
and it
came in.
was the pills that Monet usually sells. So Kane thought that the GTG guy robbed his mum's shipment.
Yeah.
And then he sussed it out that it means if we're selling this stuff, it means Rico's taking out my mum.
But the thing is, why out of the blue is Rico coming from Monet?
Because basically he found out that Kane's left. You know Kane's like her pit bull.
So that means that Rico never really fucked with Monet then.
It's not like
because Kane's
do
out the picture. Okay,
Do you know
cool,
what
I'm
it
gonna
is?
Take over.
I think it's because Kane is her pit bull. And they always said this. So like, if they feared her,
Yeah.
the problem with her is she forgets, like I think in her head she feels like, I'm Monet Tejada. Like it's me, but it's really not.
Yeah.
And I feel like this should show her that Kane is a lot more.
What fear?
He holds a lot more weight than she thinks that he does, because the fact that he left,
Yeah.
even at the end when Diana was like, this happened because of you, because you left us,
Yeah.
and he found out that you left us because
He didn't leave. He was banished. Let's be
no,
fair.
but obviously he's not gonna go and say that. Like, obviously he found out. Rico found out that he wanted in
Who's Rico?
Jackie Long.
What
'Cause
do you mean he wanted?
don't you
him?
remember? Because the guy was like, but isn't this what you wanted? You told Rico that we want more of the game. Like we're doing our own
Yeah,
thing
but that's
now.
after he was banished by Monet though.
That's what I'm saying. So he's obviously made it clear
Yeah.
to Rico that I'm no longer working with my mum. I'm doing my own thing.
So then Rico wants to now kill
So
Monet.
Rico's now like, okay, cool. This is one person to get out of the picture.
Okay.
So
But to me, it was very random.
I don't think it was. I think it was more because she's weak now. Her pit bull's gone. The one person that you kind of don't want to mess with is clearly no longer on her team.
Yeah.
So she's a lot more vulnerable
All right, cool. All right,
and fragile.
we'll get to that scene.
Who's Rico?
Rico
Jackie Long.
is Jackie Long. Rico is the
Connect.
distro who sends them the drugs.
But so this was the first time we saw him.
So do you remember the car scene when they shot up Monet and them?
Yeah.
The guy who goes, I'm finally back in New York.
That's Rico?
Yeah, that's Rico, yeah.
Oh, so we've only heard the door knock.
Yeah.
You didn't move at all?
All right, cool. Brent, these headphones, yeah, I can't hear myself, bro. It's driving me mad.
You want to put the volume up? Because we can hear you clearly.
Which knob is mine?
Fiddle. Good?
Yo.
Hello.
Test. Yo, get out of your seat, big man. Oh, here it is.
When have you ever sat there? So I don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God, it's so loud.
No,
Brent,
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
No,
moved the wrong knobs.
But this sounds a lot. Although it's loud, it does sound much better.
It's very clear.
Yeah, no,
No, what is wrong with you?
this nigga yet again is cross-branding.
Cross, triple.
Oh, shit.
He's got Reebok,
Hold on,
Cuba, Adidas.
wait.
What's this? USA,
This
TF.
nigga-
What's this? You staff.
This nigga is wearing Nike trainers,
Yeah,
Adidas bottoms,
You staff. What's you staff?
a Reebok face mask, and a Puma hat.
And you staff.
I don't know what that is, bro.
Neither do I. Okay.
You're wearing every brand.
Let's go.
I'm done.
Can I get some? No. Where's my
microphone. You're sick. It's above your
Yeah.
head, bro.
Oh.
Anyway, we're discussing power. Shit, man. Now it's too loud, bro. God damn.
Did you watch this week's episode?
I did not.
All right, then. You better.
I don't mind.
You better close your ears, boy, because it was a juicy one.
Oh, seriously.
All right, cool. Let's get to the law stuff, yeah? Oh, no. Okay, cool. So, what's her face? So much happened. What's the woman that Sax and Method Man wanted to get on the stand? What's her name? Tamika. So, Sax and Method Man wanted to get Tamika.
No, Epiphany, sorry.
Epiphany, sorry.
Tamika's the other lawyer. Epiphany's...
They want Epiphany to take the stand so she can implicate Tariq in the whatever, in the Kingpin world, whatever. Tasha finds out. To my surprise, orders Tariq to kill her.
Tasha only finds out because, you know, the co-lawyer that Method Man is sleeping with, co-counsel.
Yeah.
She basically, she made it bet that she was lying for him, and obviously Tasha's quite smart, so she kind of played her and was like,
yeah, of course,
got her to come in and see her by herself, and then obviously everything got revealed. So Tasha calls Tariq and says, "Listen, do her dance, basically.
Basically, do her like you done Slim." You know what I'm trying to say, and that means
Who was Slim?
Remember Slim? I can't remember exactly who he was, but he was someone that Tariq killed, I believe.
Oh, is it?
Well, she said, do her like you done Slim.
I know.
And I obviously we all knew what that meant, was kill her, innit?
Yeah.
So for me, the fact that Tasha basically ordered Tariq to kill someone was very surprising to me, because she's always acting like she wants to keep him away from streets and get him out of trouble, but she's actually telling him to commit murder. So she knows her son's a murderer, basically, and knows that he's capable of doing it. He was gonna do it, but then she made it clear that if she had money, she would leave town. So he gave her the money that he was supposed to give to Monet.
So Tasha was putting her son in harm's way.
Yeah.
And she didn't have any qualms about that.
No qualms at
So
all.
I hated that woman from the very beginning.
I've always told you that Tasha is toxic, and this one over here didn't want to believe me.
Took me a while. I was blind about her skin
You know what I'm
color,
trying to say?
but we here now.
So Tariq gave what's her name again?
Epiphany.
Money to leave town, so she left. Fast forward to the court scene now. Sax and them are waiting for Epiphany to come. Epiphany didn't come, whatever. You know what's dumb about power as well? Some of the writing's dumb.
The drive-by?
Not even the drive-by. Method Man and the light-skinned girl are in the courtroom talking about all their business, but, you know, underneath their breath. There's bare people around. And they're just saying everything out in the open, which makes no sense, because anyone can hear you. But anyway, so where am I?
You're talking about the drive-by and how poor the drive-by was.
No, we weren't.
We can fast forward there, I don't mind.
That's fast forward rewinded.
Huh?
Y'all talked about Rico, innit?
Cool, let's fast forward. So,
No. I thought y'all already talked about that.
no, we're talking about the
No,
drive-by.
in depth. We
Alright,
said
cool,
we talked about the drive at the end.
All right, so I was surprised that Tasha ordered Tariq to kill her. I thought he was going to do it, but I'm actually glad he didn't.
Yeah, because he doesn't even know how to hold a gun properly.
But can I be
I
honest?
preferred him giving her the money. if I'm honest.
Tariq's
He
not.
doesn't know how to store.
Do you know what it
either.
is? Tariq's not a killer.
I don't believe him.
But he's not believable.
No,
And look at when
he's not a killer, but he is a killer.
No, he's killed his dad.
No, he's
so,
killed more than he's got two. He has 2 or 3 bodies.
It's
Who?
more than me.
Fair enough.
He a killer.
Okay, but you know what it is.
He has 2.
But you know what it is.
Yeah,
so
the
I
police
guess
officer.
what
bent
police
one?
officer? Oh, Ray.
Ray, and so who's Slim then?
Unless that was Slim.
I can't believe Slim is it.
No.
Yuds. Can you find out who Slim is, please? Just type in Slim from Power.
I believe. Okay, so in my head right now we've got his dad and Ray. Yeah, I feel like with Ray's one, it's understandable because that was proper revenge killing. So that came from a place of emotion. So we get it. But then I feel like with his dad, again, it was extra, not believable. With he would even try to go kill Tamika at one point. Don't you remember when he went there with the gun and then Method Man came there? He's not. I feel like you see someone like Dre, yeah. When we used to watch Dre kill people, when Tommy used to kill people, when Ghost used to kill people, like
Yeah, obviously he's not on the level.
No, I know.
Obviously-
So for
obviously-
me,
no, he ain't a stone cold. No,
they're killers.
yeah, he's not a stone cold killer, but he has killed 2 people. Therefore, he's a killer.
No, fair enough. But I'm just saying, obviously with them, they don't think there's no emotion attached to it.
No. Let me push back on that one, because remember, you quantified Yeah, you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
Brent.
You know, I like the fact you caught it.
I was gonna go there before you went there,
Go
so
on,
I'm
go
not shocked at all. Carry
Go
on.
on, go on.
That's all right.
What
That's
happened?
right. It could just remain between both of us.
No,
That's
go
fine.
on, I want to hear it.
No, I know exactly.
You know what? I'm going to kick you in your teeth because I know what you're talking about.
I know where it's going, but
I know where you're going.
But with murder, compared to what you're talking about, there's much more of a bigger decision there, don't you think?
I hear that.
Wait, hold on. Hold on a minute. Just so we're clear, yeah.
I ain't an ass eater, but I ain't ass. I ain't ass.
I knew he was going there.
Right, okay.
But we are not comparing.
You get it?
So
What, lovers quarrel? You love saying that.
also, Musk, man. We can't really hear you, bro.
Do you get what he's saying?
Man.
I get what you said. Yeah.
For me, one kill when you're a killer. Especially if it's like intentional.
So,
No, but you're dumb, you know. But you're bare dumb.
This is what you call immature
Can't.
content.
Bet you're dumb.
All right, cool.
I can't, it's too sweet.
All right, give it back to me.
I found out who Slim is, but I don't think you guys want to know.
Why?
Why are you asking who Slim is?
Because apparently Tariq killed him.
No, why do you think we don't want to know?
She wasn't listening to the conversation. That's why she's saying that we don't want
Can you show me your phone, please?
Okay.
That ain't Slim, that's Tariq, bro.
No,
No, oh,
read it.
no, on the picture of Slim.
I'll show you a picture of Slim. It's Kanan.
I was thinking it was Kanan because when I actually thought it was Kanan before.
When did they ever refer to Kanan as Slim?
When he first introduced himself to Tariq,
He said his name was Slim.
Oh.
But I did think it was him though.
You're
Eventually,
right.
I did
Kanan
think-
is Slim. Slim. Okay.
Why didn't we want to know?
Exactly. Why would...
After you were asked
ain't
to
it a
find it.
spoiler?
It's not a spoiler.
Oh, okay. No.
No, it's not a spoiler.
Sorry.
Hold on.
alright.
Tariq didn't kill Kanan.
Exactly. So that's why I'm a bit confused. How did
So
Kanan die?
how did Tariq do Slim?
He got him set up. Remember how he got killed by the cop?
Yeah.
He was rolling with Kanan, acting like things were good. Then the police came and then he said to the police that he was held against his will.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I thought she was just referring to the fact that he was dead.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure the bad listeners were like, 50 Cent is Slim. Kanan is Slim. All right, cool. Yeah, Tariq never killed her. She went away,
You
whatever.
came through for us, though. Youth correspondent.
You did actually. Well done.
Let the public know.
Here's thank you, bro.
I didn't get chocolate.
for your good work. All right, can we just fast forward, please? 'Cause I can't remember all this stuff. Tariq fucking confessed, bruv. Like, that's the big thing. Tariq confessed to Tamika. Okay, question. When he went to see Monet and told Monet that he didn't have the money, he gave the
Yeah.
money because he'd done
He
something for his
confessed it
mum.
there though, but it wasn't bait.
Why did he, in that moment, be like he was doing some type of confessional? Like, what led him to that point?
Because he probably believed he was going to die.
You think so?
He said
Because-
goodbye to his mum.
Yeah. Because remember, he walked in there knowing the consequences.
Yeah.
One, he ain't got her money. Two,
Yeah.
he knows what she's like. She generally isn't, she's not that. Look at the way she treats her own kids,
Yeah.
let alone Tariq. So he knew
Yeah.
this woman most likely is going to kill me.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go, at least I'm going to go clearing my conscience. Obviously, they didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
But the only reason why she probably didn't kill him is because Rico was outside.
But
Because of
she
the job.
clocked though because she goes,
What did you say about your dad?
"We said be daddy again."
Yeah. Because he said everybody around him he hurts, right?
Yeah,
And not because he wants to, but no, he said because he can't be trusted. He
Yeah.
said, I can't be trusted. Everybody that I'm around always
I hurt.
I hurt and I can't be trusted. But people don't just always break people's trust, but people don't realize it at the time. Like my dad, he thought of Slim.
Tommy.
I mean, he showed Tommy, he showed Lala,
Yeah.
he showed his dad. Yeah.
But I don't think he'd confess just because Monet was going to kill him. I think it was just a build up. Innit?
I think he's over it.
I think his conscience was.
And do you know what it
life.
is? And think about it, yeah. As much as Tariq's not Ghost in it, but I feel like I don't know what Ghost is like when he was Tariq's age, but I feel like Tariq is going through a lot right now. Obviously, the only other person he has is his mum, who knows everything, and she's in prison. So he is kind of holding a lot in. And then he's got freaking Francis on his back, 2-bit, who every minute is messaging him saying, I need my peas.
Yeah.
Or like, so it's like, it's a lot. So not only does, I feel like he sees it as I'm dead regardless. Either 2-bit's going to kill me, or Monet's going to kill me, or Kane's going to kill me. Because now Kane is on him.
Oh yeah, and
Who's Kane?
Kane killed Pitbull.
You're, really?
Sorry.
The police
Really?
officer.
Enrique.
Yes, yeah.
Enrique Iglesias.
Enrique, he looks more like an Enrique about Pitbull.
I'm joking.
But yeah, he killed him.
He killed him still.
And obviously, that's gonna piss Monet off even more because that's like the one cop that they had
On the inside.
that literally was their little bitch.
Yeah.
So now he's gone. Who did they have? But obviously, he did it on purpose.
All right. So before Monet could pull the trigger,
Suicide.
Rico and the man then pull up
Yeah.
and shoot up the place. They duck down.
Drew gets shot.
Drew didn't have to move. Drew could have just stayed there until
Do you
they
know
ran
what
out of
annoys
bullets.
me as well? Because Drew was like, Mom, let me go downstairs and get my piece.
Just stay down.
You're one piece. Like, I just didn't get how in that moment he felt. But I guess maybe, I don't know if...
It was bad writing.
Who holds the phone like that?
Don't ever look at me again.
Yeah, I could cry and that.
Why not?
It's very close to your
Because
face.
no one...
Do you need glasses?
Bruv, even if you had it out here, no one can see what you're typing.
It's like you're trying to hide it from...
Or
Like,
you're doing a little video or something. Or
No,
Brent.
no. Do you know? No, I'm logging into my bank account, so that's why it's really I don't want anybody to see the pencil sign
Whoa!
on this thing.
Because
Exactly.
you're really moving like cards close to your chest.
No one can see.
Bro, listen. You don't need... I'm outside 95, 98. Spare me. Hey, let me log in. You don't want none of this. Literally.
Gina, how could you even see him?
All right.
I can't. That's why I don't understand why he's moving.
I saw him before, but I didn't say nothing about it. I just thought,
No,
okay,
look at this. Look at this post, please.
weirdo. All right, Drew, in my opinion, didn't have to get up and get his gun because them man are spraying Mac 10 shit and he wants to go and get a pistol
No, but that's why.
and he got licked in the
unless
chest.
he felt like they were gonna come in. But then even if they came in, Monet had a gun. I guess obviously it's not enough. But I just in that moment,
Monet doesn't know how to use a gun.
who Monet?
She doesn't know how to use a gun. Remember how many times she put it out and I'm gonna bless you. We don't believe.
Mary J. Drew got hit and then the man left and then Kane came afterwards. Kane ran in. She thought it might have been Kane, put a gun to Kane's head. He's like, it's not me, mama. Drew went to hospital, but he survived. So he's injured or whatnot. And
If he died, that would have pissed me off because he got shot
yeah,
in like the
out
upper.
there.
Yeah.
And then Monet banished Kane again. Run, Kane. Run.
She goes, run before I put you down. Put
If I
you down
put
myself.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
As in,
And you know what
run
I-
before I kill you.
And what I thought was sad, yeah, was that he was like, but you made me like this. I thought, do you know what? In this moment, yeah, this is a son and a mother. Like, I get it, you're this boss, but this tough love thing, sis, it's not, no.
Monet is always big mad.
Yeah, but why it frustrated me is that when it is that he ran in after the shootout, she was like, where were you? Why weren't you here?
This is it. So you act like you don't
Because he
need...
banished me.
Then to
bitch.
turn around and say, go away.
Yeah.
Like, pick one.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That's again.
And that's why,
right.
but I feel like that's why he's so mad as well, because it's like she keeps sending him mixed messages. You don't want me to do this, and you want me to do this. You don't want me to do this, and you want me to do this. So it's mad. But even when Drew went and found him when he was at the GTD place, and he was like, "Why is this guy still alive? Like, this is the guy that almost killed what's his name? Basketball player. What's his name?
Zeke.
Like, this is the guy that almost, do you know what I mean? He put our family in harm's way. So why is he even still breathing? And then obviously, apparently he took all their corner boys. This is it. I think these are all the little things why Rico kind of took her out of the game, wanted to take her out of the game, you know? Because one, Kane took all their corner boys. So word might have got back to her, got back to Rico that like things are a bit shaky on the ground.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So she's got no corner boys. Who's distributing her product? It can't only be Tariq. And obviously Rico doesn't know. Remember, they were like, Rico doesn't know about Tariq or the way he's doing things and he might not like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like there's different reasons as to why Rico probably tried to take her out of the game. But good, because it proves to her that she's not as invincible as she thinks that she is.
With that particular dynamic, two competing drug lords.
Yeah.
Because, well, one is below and one is on top, right?
Yeah.
The guy who's in jail. Are you the type of personality that wants to basically just gazump everything if it is that you see an opportunity? Or would you basically just wait your turn or just keep in your lane?
I don't mind coexisting with other drug lords.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just smart drugs. I'm just talking about if you had a company and
You know what it is for
okay.
me? I'm not the kind of person to shit on others. Like, I don't believe in the whole dog eat dog world kind of thing. Like, for me personally.
was it competing?
yeah, you can compete, but I feel like in competition is healthy to a degree. But I feel like when you start manipulating and you know what I mean, and going out of your way, that's not my character.
So you want like a nice little coexistence.
It doesn't even have
Harmonious.
to be. Doesn't even have to be like nice or harmonious. But I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can meet you with the same energy, though, innit? Do you understand what I mean?
But only if they basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're
Like,
retaliatory. You know?
I'm not the aggressor. Like, even in any scenario, I will always meet you with the same energy.
How about you, Yusuff?
I think it depends on the industry. But I think I could be both. I can see opportunity maybe to, I don't know, undercut price and offer a better service than others and try and get customers. Of course, it's business, isn't it? If I'm competing with someone in the same industry as me, and there's an opportunity for me to grow by offering something that they don't offer or charging cheaper to a degree, then why not? But
yeah, like that's healthy. But I mean, like, if you're I can only think of a drug scenario because we're here right now. If I'm gonna go and rob, I'm not gonna go and rob Yusuff's next shipment or delivery.
Dirty tactics.
You know, dirty. And I feel like in the drug game, there's a lot of that. So I'm not gonna go and like his next shipment, go and rob them or make it seem as if it was somebody else, and you know all that kind of stuff.
But does your measured principle fly out the window once it's done to you?
Oh, 100% no. So that's
so you have it in you, but you need to.
Yeah, it has to. I'm not gonna, because that's not how I am. I'm not saying that it's not in there, but that's not how I want to navigate and move through life. So obviously, if you meet me with that energy, then I'm like, okay, cool, this is the game that we're playing.
all right, we covered everything, didn't we?
No, you didn't say take out the game. You were like, you said, never mind. Yeah. Anyway, we are here, Sha. Meek confesses to Tamika. Please. Yeah.
No, to me, that's the biggest talking point.
What, at the end?
That he confessed.
Do you think they're gonna do another season? Or do you think this week is gonna be like the actual finale? And then next is Kanan,
Because
innit?
obviously the way they're doing it, they're obviously pushing out different shows at a time, innit? So Raising Kanan, I think, is next, which is Kanan's origin story.
But do you think they're gonna like?
It depends how this concludes. Are they going to wrap it up all in one episode? I don't think.
I don't think
I
so.
think there'll be season 2 of this Power Book 2 for sure.
So do I. Do you think? There's no way, yeah. Okay, so I hope Sax gets put in jail for something here because I'm so tired of his ass. And from the last season, I'm so pissed that he became the US attorney or whatever he became. Like in this season, it's just like he was willing to kill Ghost, and now you're this. Do you know what I mean? I want him to get exposed for how dodgy he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Like if that happened, I'd be at peace. Also, Davis is just like a typical not here for the community, only here for himself kind of guy who's basically extorting Tariq and Tasha for his own personal gain.
Davis Method Man, innit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than actually doing his... Well, I guess he feels like he's still doing his job, but I'm not really here for it. Who else?
He got back with a cutie pie.
Oh,
Effie?
Effie.
Effie.
No, Effie. Effie? I think her name's Effie. He got back with her.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the only... I feel like they're compatible in comparison to everybody else.
She's a killer though.
Of course.
He's not.
And she said it herself. Like, she accepted who she was the day she snitched on him. Like, she's willing to do anything and everything. She don't give a damn. And she said she accepted it that day. And after that, she was at peace. So he needs to do the same. But they come from similar backgrounds, innit? So they understand each other.
Was it her that we had this exchange where she went from hating him to loving him in one scene? I just found it interesting how a man saying, I need you, just disarms a woman when she's mad vexed.
Because women like to... Women
Those
have
are the
this...
3 important words.
It's not save a hoe, but like women have this saving complex. Do you get what I mean? Well, a lot of women do anyway.
Have you all used it before? Knowingly.
Well, I need you.
Knowing full well the power you actually wield it.
No, it's not
It's bad, right?
A lot of guys manipulate women though by doing that.
No, but if you genuinely need her, then it works both ways. You might actually need
It's
her.
even a moment of weakness enough.
But you know that saying you need her would make her
That's a lot, right?
come to.
It's a lot.
Okay.
Us, we're actually being vulnerable. Letting
Yeah.
her know that I need you. It's more powerful than I love you,
100%.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think so?
I wouldn't say it's more powerful than I love you.
I think I get it.
Without you, I'm incomplete sort of line still.
I think I need you could mean the same thing as I love you. I don't know if
Not really,
if
though.
Why not?
Because
Because if
I feel like he said, yeah, where guys, I feel like with a lot of, with men, in being vulnerable and showing like a need rather than being dependent on a female.
yeah, but if you
That's not the normal narrative,
Men
right?
don't like to do that.
But if you
So-
if you need a girl, if you tell a girl I need you, do you also love her? Is the love already there or no?
Yeah, but I don't think they're simultaneous though.
No, but is the
Not
love
really.
No, but is the love already there? Is what
Not
I'm asking.
really.
If the love ain't there, then how can I need you be more powerful than if the love? If he doesn't love her, I need you without love means what?
No, but I'm assuming that the love is already there. Like if a guy told me that he needs me, I'm assuming we're past that stage in our relationship where
All right, that's fine then. Because
And-
you said that, then
Yeah,
I'm with you.
and
if you
also-
said no, then I'll be confused.
And also, I'm even talking from a point of manipulations because that I need you, not in a moment of you generally needing the person, but let's say you're in the doghouse or like, do you know what I mean? In a moment of having your cake and eating it.
Yeah, but but any lie is manipulation. If you don't need her, and you're saying it just to get her
Yeah.
back, then of course it's manipulation.
Yeah.
If you actually do need her, then you do need her,
Hey, mum.
and you could need her and know that saying you need her is going to bring her back.
So it's both manipulation and I need
I
you.
don't think that's manipulation if you actually do need her. And plus, she has free will. She don't have to say yes. I need you is not a fucking magic spell, which means if I say it, she's coming. She's not definitely coming. She still has a choice.
Fair enough.
No?
Hey, mum.
Someone would disagree.
Then them women are crazy.
No, as in when you look at a mother and a child's relationship,
I wasn't talking about mom and child. though.
I hear that. I hear that. I'll stop talking.
No, but that's not the example we're giving.
No, I was just giving you another example.
Yeah, but isn't that completely different? A mother and a child. If a child says to the mother, "I need you," what is that? Is that manipulation?
No, I think I was speaking to you basically saying that women still have their own agency. They can still decide not to
to
react to it.
to a husband, boyfriend, lover, link, not to their child.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I get it. I hear you.
So you think that she can't say no to the child?
She can, but she's less likely to, especially
Okay.
depending on what the child says she needs. Like, in what context, if a child says, "Mum, I need you for something very important," is she going to say no? Is it, "Mum, I need you to buy me a PS5? No. Mum, I need you for something of great substance. When is the mother really going to say no unless she actually hasn't got the power to do that thing? No?
I guess if it is that this speaks to the whole manipulation stuff and then kind of leaning on that. If you realize what her personality is, and knowing full well that she exists to basically help or to save a whole quote unquote,
Yeah.
then using words like that,
Yeah.
she really doesn't have a choice
Brent,
when she hears it.
Brent, she has a choice.
I know, but people say Stockholm syndrome, like when it is, you kind of apply that. It's not really a choice. It's a conditioning. So
So,
syndrome,
okay,
sorry?
cool. So,
Stockholm syndrome.
and this applies to both.
No, I've never heard of that. If you could give me a bit, what is it?
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Gina, you might know more about this. When people are in abusive relationships, people normally say, "Why didn't you just leave?"
Yeah.
But because of the conditioning of abuse over a period of time, it's not just as easy just to leave because you become dependent on that particular dynamic. So what would normally be easy for you, it would be impossible for said person because now they've tethered their existence to said individual, even though this individual abuses them. Am I
Yeah.
wrong? Okay, cool.
So then, based on what you just said, in regards to a man saying, "I need you," as being manipulation. So in a context where there's a couple who are arguing or, they're at their wits' end, anything I say, which is a term of endearment or something, sweet, is that manipulation? So what can someone say to someone else to to help ease the situation, and if it's all manipulation, then
It's all about intent. So
yeah,
I don't think everything is manipulation.
yeah.
But that's like in the same bark of I can't live without you and all of them lines like that.
You know, thinking no, I get it, and I've even seen girls say guys have like said, "Oh, I'm gonna commit suicide," or to me that's manipulation. It could be true though. I'm not saying that guys don't feel that way, but there's different extremes. The girls who I've heard say it basically saying the guys they're just bullshit. Basically, they're saying it just to really push their buttons. So I don't know. There's levels with manipulation. I think, but there's a thin line between if it's genuine, then is anything wrong with it? Like if a guy actually says I can't live without you, he actually means he can't live without you.
No, obviously that's why I agree with Brent with the whole intent. Like it depends
Yeah, no, of
on
course,
your
intent,
intentions
yeah,
and
for
where it
sure.
comes from. Because, like you said, there will be guys who, not just guys, but people that will say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself if you leave me."
Yeah.
Who are not going to do
Yeah, of course.
anything, but they're just trying to trigger you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think I will like double back on me saying that I need you isn't like synonymous with I love you. I think sometimes it can mean the exact same thing, or what's conveyed to her.
Yeah.
It's embedded in that I need you,
Yeah.
because I can imagine myself like at the end of my tether, basically saying I need you, and it would take a lot from me to even do that. And in fact, I've done that. I trust her with that.
Does it
vulnerability.
take a lot for you guys to say stuff like that?
No.
Like to
As
tell a
in,
girl I need you.
in the scenario in my head,
Yeah.
it's like
and eventually I looked at
I
him.
can't swim.
Eventually I looked at him. You.
Oh, what, to tell a girl that you need them?
This is the same guy that can't open up to his own friends and bedrooms about like real like
What are we talking about?
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So for me, I can't even imagine that.
I find it interesting.
But the other episode, you said I'm a front. I'm just the biggest. Like I'm a deceiver. Was it pretender? That's the one.
But that's what I mean. You can't.
Is
So
he?
that's
yeah,
that you're a pretender.
yeah.
In what context?
I think in the episode when we was laughing at them man talking about the heartbreak episode,
Yeah.
you say both of you agree that I'm a pretender. That if it comes to I move like I'm too mature to come and say them lines, but behind closed doors.
Yeah,
No, but I don't- but what I'm saying
isn't that
is-
what you're just proving now?
Yeah, I'm not saying that you won't. I'm not saying that behind closed doors you're gonna say it. I'm saying that you won't say it. But even if you meant it or you felt it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
which
don't know
is
if
a pretender.
I don't know if it's pride or
100% pride.
yeah. So your pride will never allow you to be vulnerable.
You know what's so funny? I don't have pride when it comes to girls.
Good.
And I really don't understand
God-
men who do.
God bless you.
I need to hear the context in which it is you say you freely just say I need you.
If I meant
Why?
it and I needed
No,
someone.
but give me an example, a little scenario where you would say that, because
Chewing on for that.
I'm not sure how often that is
I
said
can't
in
do
the
it.
sincere way in which it is he's
I don't know.
picturing.
I don't think someone saying I need you is not something that comes across often, but in a scenario, say where me and someone were, on the verge of breaking up or something, and I said I need you, which is the truth, then that might be a context where I use it.
And there, why would you wait until you're breaking up in order to offer that to her?
No, but in my world, she probably knows that already. But I'm not gonna. Going back to the whole "I love you" thing. I love you is something. It's a term of endearment. You'll say that often. You say that for no reason.
Like a full stop.
Yeah, you ain't gonna say I need you unless it's for a reason.
So you agree it's like it's not something that will just come naturally. It's
I don't think
something
so.
you offer all the time.
Yeah, I don't think I need you is something you say on a regular basis.
This
to
is
someone.
it. And that's why he's saying it's a particular offering that's
Yeah,
far
but-
beyond just
no, but-
saying I love you,
no, but that-
because it's
no, but-
you say I love you all the time.
No, but just because you say something all the time it doesn't belittle it for me. Just because you say it, just because it doesn't need to be said often doesn't mean it's not as powerful. I need you is a very specific, practical statement to me. It alludes to something specific. I need you for what? I love you is how I feel about you all the time. So I can say it all the time. I'm not gonna say I need you on a random Tuesday unless I need you.
No, but I think initially
You're being pedantic. You don't need to say I need you like right now at 8 p.m. for something. I need you can also be in
I know, but why would you say I need you?
no, but initially you said that
I need you in my life.
because that's how they feel.
No, I know that. No, hear me out. In everyday dialogue, yeah, I love you is like, oh, Gina, I love you. It's something you say as a term of endearment. I need you to me is a very specific statement which pertains to a want. It's not something you would just say all day, every day. You wouldn't end the text with I need you. You might end the text with I love you. So I don't think I'm being pedantic. I think I'm being practical in terms of the use of the word and the sentence.
I hear that, but I'm just saying originally you said I need you was just like I love you.
No, he said that.
Never did.
He definitely did.
So what was your statement?
I'm saying if I was to rank it, I would say I need you.
It's more, right?
Is a
Higher.
bit-
I don't believe I said that I need you is
That's all
the
right.
same.
That's okay.
No, I'm not trying to argue you guys.
Oh, no.
I don't believe I said that. I said they're the same thing.
Yeah, you did.
You said I need you and I love you are the same.
No, I said I love you is more than I need you.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
If you're now saying I love you more than I need you, why would you use I need
I
you?
definitely said to you guys, hold on, wait, let's just get it straight. And I don't mind replaying the audio. It's not a pride thing. I genuinely don't believe that I need you trumps I love you. And that's what I said at the beginning.
Okay, fair enough.
No,
maybe that's what you meant, but
That's what I said. I said I love you
Did you hear him
trumps
say-
I need you.
I can't remember.
He said that I need you is more.
No,
I disagreed with him.
No, I know he said that, and I
and
said
that's the whole point
I
of-
said I agreed with him, but you were like this, and I said I don't think they're simultaneous, and
You all
you
had a back and forth.
and we had a back
No,
and
but
forth, and
my
you
back,
said,
yeah, but my
I feel-
whole back and forth is because I disagree with what he's saying.
The back and forth was basically her basically saying, yeah, I could kind of see how it's the same.
and you
You're
said
like,
how?
yeah.
Exactly. So it's not the same. If I'm saying how,
No.
you just said that she said I can see how they're the same, and I said
No,
how.
I did. I don't think they're the same.
That's what he just said. You said.
I'm the only person in this room who remembers this conversation as it was
But
said.
you just said that Gina said I can see how
all
they're
I'm
the
gonna do-
same.
all I'm gonna
Is
do-
that what you just said?
No, I didn't say that they're the same. Okay,
So
right,
hold
go
on. So your take is what?
No,
The
no.
same as Sid's.
That I need you is trumps I love you.
I can understand how people would say I need you as more being stronger than I love you.
Okay.
So I agreed with Sid.
Okay.
But go on, Brent.
Listen, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't matter.
That's okay.
But I don't remember saying.
That's
Say it
right.
again.
Never mind.
But I believe,
Sydney.
I believe I miss you is more synonymous with I love you.
Yeah.
For me, that means
closer, you mean?
Yeah, it's closer.
Yeah.
And again, this is a very subjective
It's subjective,
conversation. There's no right or wrong.
No,
it's
not
just
at all,
down
not at
to people's preference and personal
Yeah.
whatever. So it's not even like it's not a fact situation, is it? So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But like I said in the beginning, I just like how it disarms the woman.
Mm.
You understand? But not for manipulation, no. No.
Manipulation, no.
Yeah, they're just like innately just born to love. And that's very, very sad. Not sad is a bad thing, but sad that people then use that in order to abuse. Yeah. Love you.
So, Brent,
Love
what is
you.
it for you
Love
that
you.
you can't say these terms of endearment?
Me?
Brent can.
That,
I can-
that almost disarms yourself.
No, me and vulnerability. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I don't know if you believe me,
Where do we don't believe you? You.
but I'll offer it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you have to face me when I'm talking to kind of gauge my sincerity. Like when I'm typing it,
100%.
With the green love hearts.
And that bit emoji that is.
Everything that you say comes across sarcastic,
yeah, sorry, bro.
literally.
So, Yusuff, yeah, can you confess? Is it professor?
Profess.
Can you profess your feelings to a woman that?
Both. You can use it. either.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, cool, calm. Can you confess your feelings to a woman that you know doesn't want to hear it, but for you, you feel you need to let her know?
Doesn't want to hear it. Why?
She not in that space.
Maybe she gone. She's
Too
she's
bad
over.
gone.
Oh, yeah.
She's gone.
Of course I can.
She's
You can still do it.
gone.
Of course I can.
There's not a bit in point you that says this is redundant. As much as it pains me,
of
this
course,
is redundant.
of course, it gets redundant after a while. It depends. It depends how often and how much you've done it. But yeah, of course, it becomes redundant if you're constantly telling someone how you feel with no reciprocation. Of course, but initially, no, I feel no way. It's actually good for me because I can clear my conscience. I can get it off my chest. And when it's all said and done, it's like, you know, when you reach a certain point and you think, maybe I could have done better, maybe I could have done more.
You look back and
if
you're
I
like,
know
yeah.
I've done all I can do, I've done my best, then I'm not going to beat myself up about it. But if I didn't try, then I might be like, I should have, I could have, I would have. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's more,
Let's deep dive.
I knew
Where do
you
you
were-
want to
I
deep
knew-
dive?
When he said,
I'm gonna circle back. I'm gonna
I was
circle
like,
back to the
here we
whole
go.
analogy, the metaphor I used about the territory, right?
Oh,
You
cool.
said that you don't compete for women, right?
No.
Can one compete against himself?
explain.
Very profound.
Also, can you jump up? I really need to go to the toilet. I've been holding it for time. So,
You can jump in anytime, youth correspondent.
This is above your pay grade.
It's above her age grade even.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
We are talking about Odo.
Yeah, love.
Is that love in
Tree.
Tree?
Odo.
In tweet.
Tree.
Hey.
Tree.
Sid, can you play Ludo?
Say that one more time.
Can you play Ludo?
Why did you say
Ludo.
it like that?
Ludo.
Ludo.
No, but you know Ghana, 6 me Ludo. Like they don't. Ghana, they don't say Ludo.
Man said, "Do
They
you mean
say.
Ludo?"
You know how God in Tree they say Ludo. 6 me Ludo. Can you play it?
I heard a Ludo. I ain't heard a Ludo.
Anyways,
Do the one today.
I won today.
Swear.
Yeah.
Is that the first time?
Well, yesterday was, but I've been playing literally like 10 times.
Has it been this whole Christmas period that you've
Yep.
My cousin bought it, and then since then we haven't
Every
stopped.
single day.
Sorry, my boy.
6 million.
It's the tree that comes out when you're playing the game. Juju was like, "Mami won," and then she got it and she walked away. I said, "Is it?"
Ludo or Ludo?
It's
Anthony or Anthony?
Oh, it's
That was hilarious.
nah.
Yeah, that was
You
ridiculous.
said Arthur, Juju. You know what it reminded me
No, but
of?
the thing
Big
is, yeah,
Girls.
I say Anthony.
Where the teacher's like,
Hold on, hear me out,
Celia's my
hear me
sister
out.
naming my nephew Anthony.
You know it in the moment, yeah, when
Oh,
when someone
really?
when someone really projects.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. That kid.
The black teacher,
No, I don't.
the
recall.
principal.
No one listens. No one's no what they're talking about. You know in the moment, yeah, where someone projects what they think onto you and you just really just soak it in. That's what happened that day with the whole Anthony thing. I've heard people say Anthony so many
I say Anthony.
I've heard people whose name is Anthony call themselves Anthony. Big man.
That's the thing, though. Some people pronounce it like that.
But the way Gina's
say
Vim,
Anthony.
because that Vim was so
Anthony.
much.
He said Anfer.
He did. He said Anthony.
You said Anfer.
Yeah, but
you said Anthony.
no, but that's
Anthony.
that's just me doing the insecure thing. That's just my.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's still funny.
Pronunciations. No.
Yeah, it's not because I think that's his name. It's just,
Timothy. Timothy. Timothy.
It's just the way I talk.
Oh, that's how you do it.
Set.
Timothy.
To make yourself feel better. Yeah.
Set. You know how Guardians Seth.
Oh,
Yeah,
Set.
yeah.
Brasset.
Brasset is the funniest name known to man.
Yeah, them fist sounds.
Brasset.
No, Brasset.
They're
That
randomized
is
still.
hilarious.
Sorry, go on, bro.
Kito.
Yeah. You know how there's this
Earnest. Why did he come over or something?
No, because the other day I actually said Earnest instead of Earnest.
Oh, swear.
Because I've heard
I'm
Earnest
so
all my
sorry,
life.
but that name, yeah. Go and
Ernest.
ask the Guardian to pronounce.
Ernest.
How would you say it? Ernest.
Ernest.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
so you
He's gonna get annoyed right now because he swear he right.
I said Ernest
right.
or Ernest.
Let him laugh.
No, I think you're fine, but I don't know why she's laughing. But I'm gonna laugh with her.
Say it again.
Am I a clown? For any reason? Ernest.
Ernest.
Ernest. You say it like a broadcaster.
Well, can I pronounce it? Wait.
Coming up now, Ernest. You say it like TNT, bro.
Can I pronounce things properly? No, it's laughing. It's funny.
Oh my gosh, I need a fan.
Go on, say
Okay,
it. Say it.
it's the
No,
it's
say
the
it.
for
Say
me.
it. Say it.
I'd say Ernest.
That even sounds weird, but carry
No,
on.
I'll take
You say
Ernest.
est or ist.
Ernest.
Ernest.
But Yusuff, can I be honest? It's the for me. Like,
Yeah, but you know that's how I say things.
no, but it's really entertaining. And you-
It's that.
it is. When
entertainment.
you said Earnest. Whoa.
Like,
How
y'all
do you
laughing at
how do you say it? How do you say
No.
is?
Is.
No, just checking it. You might have said ears. I mean, I wouldn't put it past you based on how you pronounce things.
You have like an American accent.
Yeah, it's
a fake
like-
one.
No, it's not like Earnest is very,
Stop saying it,
very
man.
American.
You about to
Say it
punch me
again.
in the throat.
No, I ain't going to go in the front.
Say it again.
But anything I'm used to doing with it, so like,
No, I know. The thing is, I'm really immature, guys. You know this already, so it's fine. However, we just have this thing with the name Ernest.
Yeah.
So anyone who's called Ernest, listen, I'm so sorry, but it's just the way
oh yeah,
Ghanaians.
that's
it's just-
someone's actual name.
Yeah, it's just the way Ghanaians pronounce the name. It really spins me, and my family.
Ain't it like some garbage Nigerian ones where it's like, that is not English pronunciation.
I'm not here to tarnish my Nigerian names. Brent, back to you.
I'm glad that she's animated at this hour. She's normally asleep by now. I didn't mean it. That's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the angel and the devil. Can we compete with ourselves?
As in trying to do better?
Yeah, because he asked you, let's just say a woman who does not want you
Yeah.
for whatever reason, would you still offer up that sacrifice of vulnerability to her in order to win her?
Yes.
So you're very competitive.
With myself. I guess so. If that's your definition, yeah.
Okay,
I am.
cool. But if there was a guy involved that's attached to the girl who doesn't want you, you wouldn't do it.
Most probably not. It just depends. Depends if I believe there was still a chance. If no, then no.
So it's based on your rationalization of the situation.
Of course.
Cool. I just wanted you to say that from the very beginning.
Yeah, but that wasn't the question for me.
No, it definitely was. Definitely was. I had to break it down. We got there.
Well,
Mighty.
I told you sometimes I need you to break it down because you're just a bit. I don't know. Bears.
What you
and-
saying?
Bears and shit.
I
Bears, territory, drugs, girls. It all becomes just a melting pot of just
100%.
what the fuck is this guy talking about?
100%.
But I like how you take us there, though.
Brent, you doing it? Shorty doesn't want you.
I can't.
Why? Pride, no.
Because I think logically it's not going to make a difference. So why sacrifice something that's dear to me?
But why is it a sacrifice?
Because how do you not know that? Why do you think?
It's my estimation.
Then
Why
it's
do
gonna
you
be
feel-
Heartbreak Hotel Part 2? But go.
Why do you not think? Okay,
Shit.
for example, yeah. How do you know that you being vulnerable or like maybe continuing on with
Will change your
whatever?
mind.
How do you know that that won't change her mind?
No, but that is it. I have to weigh it up and then assess and then
But then,
decide.
but it could, even if you weigh it up, that you still could get it wrong. So isn't it?
Yeah, no, like nobody knows the future. Is
No.
what I'm saying.
So basically, my thing is, rather than weigh it out in your head
Yeah.
and come up with your own conclusion,
Might just say F it. Let's just go.
why don't you just try and then see what happens? And I'm only saying that because
seize the day in that?
carpe diem. Because you could no, but I'm being serious
I
because
agree.
you could make it. You could play the scenario in your head and prevent yourself from doing something that could have gone the other way, and you generally won't know.
So,
Do you-
is that how y'all address things? Like y'all approach things like that? I'm just gonna say y'all. I'm talking about
Girls.
Women.
Like even though
With optimism.
120% optimism, even though all signs point the other way, you're like,
Oh yeah.
No.
Of course, that's what women do. That's why women get themselves hurt a lot.
You know what it
Because
is.
it's like when we talk about the red
ignoring
flag.
red flags and that.
The red
No,
flag.
Like how
yeah.
you put, you're there.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
because,
there.
and you know what it is? Because sometimes, no, not all the time, but sometimes, no, you might just strike lucky. You never
Just
know.
holding on to that little thread of hope.
Fred, no, needle,
Sometimes you create that.
Fred. Oh,
I see it. I
What's the
see
delusions of ganja? You know?
literally. I don't know,
ganja.
but it's one of those things where like
it. Definitely weed.
at least that way, for real, at least that way you can walk away from the situation and say, you know what, I tried some more.
tried.
I tried again and it didn't work. So I know that
You try next week.
no. After a while,
But I think men are less likely to change.
no, of course. Like the thing is,
in them
with a
scenarios.
woman,
But they already know what they want to do.
yeah, and I feel
doing
like remember the difference is between men. And, we already know this. Like women can be a bit more persuaded, or like I feel like because we're a lot more in touch with our emotions. I don't know what it is, but do you get what I mean? You know how I always bring
Some
up.
people read it as foolish.
You read it as foolish.
No,
but
no,
you-
I'm just looking at what Sydney was basically communicating to me without moving his lips.
Oh,
Why?
like what you always.
What did you just say? You said that sometimes
Devotion works, basically.
you can be
Faith,
persuaded.
you can have faith like a mustard seed.
Sometimes you can be persuaded. So yeah.
Basically, I'm saying I always give this example, yeah, of a guy who likes a girl and the girl's not attracted to him, but through his like continuous persistence, she might let her guard down and be like, you know what? Do you know what? He's not that bad or whatever. And when you flip the coin on its head, a girl who's interested in a guy and a guy who's not interested or attracted in her is not even getting further than that. So I feel like that already shows a kind of characteristics the difference between men and women. Do you get what I mean? So that's why I'm saying. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So if you use the same approach, I can understand why a guy would probably be a bit more persistent in a girl because
yeah, we're done still.
the likelihood.
Okay.
The likelihood of her changing her mind is probably a bit greater than if it was the other way around. But you know, as females, we're stubborn, so even if all the doors are closed, yeah, but okay.
Does this relate?
Exactly, 100%.
It relates.
Can you share?
I don't know if it's cap or not, but
All right. So Masika, you know Masika.
Yeah, the one who's married.
She says,
I mean, engaged now.
I met my fiance 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Curved him for 97% of those 10 years.
Yep.
We've been dating for 4 months. He asked me to marry him 4 days ago.
Yep.
Last night I asked him what made you so sure after only 4 months of dating. He said, I knew 10 years ago on the day we met that I was going to marry you.
See, this is the thing, right? And I want you guys to be honest with me because I hear that a lot from men. I hear the narrative, a guy will know if he's going to marry you from when he first meets you, or a guy will know if he's going to take you serious. Like I feel like that's you lot's narrative that gets passed out a lot.
Yeah.
And as a female, I want to know, is there any truth to it? Because
For me, there is.
there is, yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, cool. And how do you, like, what is it about a sonata? Like, how do you get there? Like, do you know what I mean? Because it sounds a bit love at first sight-ish, but then again, it's not. But
Yeah.
I just want to understand because there's guys that will tell me, nah, that's not true. So
I don't think
we pardon.
So you got them bars in the tuck.
it's not bars.
it came out today.
No. But
That's from the shade. By the way, the platforms that you don't like to laugh at me for being on.
No, this is her tweet.
Oh,
Twitter.
but I saw
Nah,
it. I
I-
saw it on the shade.
I'm an advocate for
No, you're not. You always
balance.
balance the ratchet.
Listen, Brent be in Clubhouse all day, every day, so don't
It's
get
true.
twisted.
I'm being there.
I know you're in there.
True.
I see you in there.
You in
Go
the
on.
rooms, bro. I'm
See,
refreshing in that.
Coat for us.
Yeah. Straight.
I hear that.
We can
By the
say
way,
I hear some. I see
By
some
the
of them
way-
demon time rooms you be in as well.
guys,
I don't know what you're talking about.
we didn't.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just enjoying this.
Fine.
we can go.
Introduce.
Topic, no.
Introduce.
Can I just clap quickly?
I said that you had the bars in the tuck, and what I meant by that was when she asked you, would you say that?
Oh, would I
So
say that? No, she didn't say would I say it. She said, do I
Do you believe that?
do I believe that?
basically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I'll go to the extreme where I would say,
I thought she initially started off by saying,
would I say that?
no, you read the tweet, right?
Yeah.
And it basically, the guy basically told the woman.
Oh, yeah, because she asked him.
And then she was like, would you say that? He's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, cool. She didn't ask me if I said it, but if you ask me, yes, I would say that if it was true, yeah.
Mm.
I don't think it's a bar.
Yeah, but you believe it to be true a whole 10 years. And then 97% just chilling there.
Oh, no, this specific example is not me. I'm just talking about, have I ever, or can I meet a girl and know initially that I potentially would want to marry her? For me, marriage is a bit extreme. It's more so, do I see potential in this girl as a girlfriend? I kind of see that straight away. Marriage is a whole different ballgame, and that comes later.
But the focus of that tweet was really the length of years. That
Yes.
was.
I couldn't pursue a girl for 10 years and be curved for 10 years and then...
But
no.
do you know what I'm seeing? Okay,
10 years.
do you know what I'm seeing it as though? Yeah, I'm seeing it more as like, okay, cool. There's a girl, she's the homie that you like, and I don't think, like you said, yeah, I'm not imagining a guy to pursue like persistently.
Yeah, obviously he's not persisting for 10 years. No way.
I'm seeing it as
On and off.
just or even just showing signs of like, oh, what are you saying, and her not taking you serious because you're friends. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then one day it's like, rah, you know what? And he's just like I'm actually serious. I've been serious. You've just never taken me
Yeah,
serious. And then
that picture you're painting, I
Yeah,
can imagine that.
it's more
Not
realistic.
a guy just
yeah.
being relentlessly gun-ho on this girl for 10 years, her saying no, and he's still chasing, no. But if it's
But that's
sparing...
like a Roger Earnest thing.
I was about to say that.
Arnez. Yeah.
Go home, Roger.
Yeah, but Rogers, but did they end up together though?
I think they did.
No, he ended up with one of them.
I know Arnez.
No, he didn't end up with one of them. He dated one of them and that was it.
Oh, but obviously Arnez and Brianna is a prime example
Yeah.
of that.
What was it again?
One-on-one.
It's
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's not possible.
No,
I'm
I
saying
know
that
that, yeah.
But then as a
if it happened to me, it wouldn't be
But
intentional.
as in getting rebuffed for 10 years.
that's what I'm saying. Do you
Can you take a decision in 4 months? So when she finally says yes, you could be like, I knew you was the one from 2010.
No,
maybe
no,
because this has always been like what he wanted, so now
No,
he's got it.
That's not what could happen. You could meet someone and it could not work out for whatever reason in that 10 years. Because remember, timing is everything. When you first met her 10 years ago, timing, just life alignment may not have been conducive. 10 years later,
You're both in the
Stars
right place
aligned.
at the right time.
boom,
In the right, yeah.
you're there and it happens. But it's not. I don't think it's a case of, you know, for 10 years I've just been on you, man. I've been thinking about you, like, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Again, the secondary focus is him identifying that she was the one 10 years ago in his head.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And she asked you, do you think that could happen?
yeah,
So, do you think you can meet the girl?
yeah.
How long of a gap
Mm.
would you say is a cutoff point?
No, I'm not saying I couldn't say that. Because remember what I said, if circumstances, you know, didn't allow us to be together, but when I first initially met you, I could picture you as my wife, but it never happened. Now it has happened. Then yeah, I can say, yeah, 10 years ago when I first met you, I thought you were the one, but it just hasn't happened until now. Is that what you're asking me?
Thought on you.
Because I was gonna. You've got the example where you've got the guy who's relentless to the point where he's just a clown and he's just waiting, or the guy who's just getting by with life,
Living his life
and then
in
10 years,
in relationships, out of relationships.
yeah.
Outside of her, it hasn't worked out for him with other girls, hence why he's still single after 10 years. But it's not like he's just been waiting for her to be, I mean, when's this girl going to be single? No.
He could be low key sabotaging himself though, in hope.
By waiting. Yeah, of course. I don't think anyone should wait. No, I don't think he was waiting 10 years for her. I think it just fell on his lap after 10 years.
But
You know,
the tweet suggested he was hounding me for 10 years. 97% of the time, he
She
was
could
on
have been,
me.
yeah.
yeah, but to what degree was he hounding her?
I mean, I don't believe, like you said, I don't believe that he was actively like
Just sit,
every day just
Yeah,
chilling,
on her
waiting
case.
for the moment she became single for it to work out.
If you use the example of her being the homie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you could be basically
Waiting in the
taking on
sidelines.
bare tears on his
No,
shoulder.
you said
with
that.
the-
Waiting for his moment.
And he was convinced he could be a Christian fella or a devout Muslim, and he knows I just have to wait until she comes to her senses, and I'm willing to wait a decade.
And pray.
I don't know who's willing to wait a
Pray
decade
out
for anyone.
fasting.
You know,
I think it's just timing, man.
There's some women who
Sometimes
are
it's
still
timing.
virgins, you know.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how does that relate?
I don't know.
I know what he's saying.
What's he saying?
I don't want to say what he's saying.
They're waiting long to have sex. Yeah,
Yeah, pray.
I think it's timing.
I think it's timing.
But do you ever look at a girl when you first met and be like, you're gonna be my wife one day? Because that's what I hear. Like,
Yeah, no, it could happen. I think with me,
and obviously you might not mean it like fully, but you know how like
yeah, thing is, you saying you're gonna be my wife one day is basically you saying, you know what, I see potential
future with you.
potential in you, and who knows, you could be my wife. Like for me, it's like when I meet a girl, and she just has this. Obviously, I'm attracted to her, and she just has a certain aura
Genesis
and vibe, and the way we talk to each other. I'm like, I can picture you being my wife or my girlfriend. Obviously, it doesn't start with wife. It's up to I can picture you being my girlfriend, and for me, I can instantly think of that straight away. Like literally, the minute I meet you, within 5 minutes, I can tell. You know what? I reckon we could be whatnot.
What do you mean when you say you can think of that? As in you do your little, not to say X-ray, but you do your little checks in your head and you're like, is this? No. You can go to that side, that pot.
No, I don't do any checks. I just mean when I meet a girl that I'm attracted to and we get along based off our connection and our vibe, I can imagine us being together, and I can imagine you might be someone who I want to be with.
Are we talking after interactions though? Maybe like a first conversation. I met her, then the vibe you get after one conversation, like you're top quality. You are I must take you serious kind of babe.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that what you just said,
Yeah.
I can decipher that first contact, first
Okay,
meet.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jeez, I love it, bro. That's powerful.
Yeah, I've always had that.
On the flip
Oh
side,
no,
it's
I've
like-
always had that. It's not a power, but I've always
That's a superpower.
felt that way. And sometimes I get ahead of myself. Like I'll be,
oh, that's what girls do, man. I
you
love
know,
it.
in some aspects, I am like a girl a little
planning
bit.
the wedding and the kids. And
Fam.
I can meet a girl, and in my head already within a week, I'm like, yep, this is gonna be my wife. I'm planning bare stuff in my head.
Oh,
Like,
that's
I've
so cute.
already projected the future.
Knock it off.
What'd you say?
Knock it off.
No, I'm being whatever, bro. I'm being honest.
No, I hear you. It's her.
That's how. I
But do you know why I like that? Because it shows that you're willing to not let your guard down, but just allow your mind to kind of like take you
yeah,
there.
and I get excited sometimes as well.
Like you're allowing yourself to take you there, and it's a beautiful feeling. If it's a beautiful feeling,
If
and
it
obviously,
eventually turns out that way, if it doesn't, then it's like another one bites the dust.
You're lucky that you have this mold, because with that same
Mentality.
eagerness,
Yeah.
earnestness.
No, I'm not projecting this
Eager
earnestness
man.
on her though. This is all in my head.
If you were just a regular schmegular fella,
Yeah.
that would be the ick, right?
No,
women?
no, but you're
What do you
forgetting.
mean?
Wait, hold on.
Weak boy.
Wait, hear me out.
No,
Wait.
You know what it is?
Let me land it.
It's
first.
only going to be ick if you don't find the. Do you know what it is?
No, you're both wrong.
I'm saying.
I'm not
Sorry, I
saying.
apologize.
You're
I'm
not projecting it
I'm not
onto her,
saying
though.
that I'm projecting this onto her. This is in my
Yeah,
head,
exactly.
Brent. So she
It's only an ick.
so she doesn't know that I'm being eager, man. Like she has no idea.
You know what? You
Yeah.
She don't know I'm being Mr. Feeney. She don't know that I've already imagined us on a honeymoon. She doesn't know that. So how was that off-putting?
Sorry, I hear that. So,
And it will only be off-putting if she did know
Yeah.
and she wasn't attracted to
no,
him.
but I believe that whatever happens in your head somehow manifests in your actions, right?
In a way, I could say certain things that may let her know. Okay, cool. He's thinking ahead.
Precisely.
It's
That
not.
would be an ick.
But it's not going to be cringe if she's already there. Because if she's already there, that means she likes me.
You
Excuse
look the
me.
way you
No,
nigga.
no, that isn't what I mean.
Handsome.
No,
That's not what I mean.
no.
Wait, hear me out.
Wait.
If I talk to a girl initially, she's interested. So the fact that she's here means that why would it be icky for her if she likes me initially? If she didn't give me her number, then I wouldn't have a chance to even say that to her.
Youth correspondent, jump in.
For
No,
me,
but I'm asking her. That's
I
why I
would
said,
say it
why
would
is it
be an
ick?
ick because, like,
What
why
do
are
you
you
know?
running?
Why am I what?
Why are you running too fast? Like, I feel like it's okay for me to
So what
run
boy
too
I
fast.
said?
Yeah.
Because you're a girl.
Yeah.
You're a girl.
look at that.
Sexist.
Feminazi.
But as a
Feminism.
guy,
Hey, youth correspondent.
Wow.
but as a guy, it's like this
So
is rather
you believe
strange.
guys should just act as men and not act
Be the cool
Can
guy.
I be
So
honest?
men shouldn't have like overt feelings.
No, but like,
Can I be
That's what you're
honest?
saying, youth.
yeah,
No,
no, but like,
let me. I think it's coming from an immature place, and I'm not saying you're immature, but I'm talking based
I
on
know
like
what you mean.
experience.
Yeah.
And because I can imagine being your age and like wanting a guy who is a bit stern or like
Cool for school.
cool for school.
Yeah, like, I don't
And the
really-
older you get, big
Yeah.
man, you haven't got the time for all of that stuff. You want a guy to. Do you know what it is?
Love on me.
Because back in the day, it's like you want a guy that when you're younger in primary school, a guy that bullies you, but deep down because he bullies you, he likes you and fancies you. When you get older, I haven't got time for those games. You like me or not?
I know.
It is what it is. Like, do you get what I mean? I haven't got the energy to dissect or decipher what this is.
maybe because I'm still.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like you're
Nigga,
only.
nigga, you 18.
I'm actually turning 20.
I feel like
How are
that's
you?
the only reason
When?
why.
In 2 years.
No, you're dumb. I feel like that's the only reason why you're saying that, because for me, if there's a guy that I'm interested in that's running, nigga, we running together. Like, you think, do you know how, hold on, because if for me,
Not his pocket.
no, because wait, if I want to get married, yeah, and I'm at that stage in life where I'm ready to settle down, and I've met a guy who's also on the same wavelength, you think I've got, and
Yeah,
I find him
fair
attractive, you think I've got time to be talking about ick? Why?
No, but like,
What do you mean? We are running hand
if
in
you feel
hand.
like that, and you say something that's like,
All right,
Yeah.
give me an example of something
Icky.
that a guy could say that's
Yeah.
icky.
Georgia, it's only icky because you don't like him. I guarantee you,
No,
if you
no,
like the
no,
guy,
no.
it's not icky.
no, I just find
Leanne
it
liked
strange.
No.
Leanne liked Michael.
I understand her perspective.
Yeah, really, man.
She didn't.
I understand her perspective, and I'll understand it more if
Because he's behaving
guys
the
were
same.
saying icky things.
What would be an icky thing?
For you in your life.
In your 19
Because
years
I
of
believe
life.
that you're going to say something. She's going to... That's
gonna-
minor.
I'm gonna. What's an example of something icky or something that someone said to your
the
friends
eyes
that
emojis underneath an Instagram pic.
that's not icky?
That's not icky.
No, as for me, if I'm speaking to you, I don't want you to be commenting on my pictures.
Why?
I just
You
don't.
want to love me in secret.
Not really, but I just don't want people to know that we're talking. Because what happens if
Yeah, but
things
that's
just don't
no, but
happen?
that's a different thing.
not the
I
same.
know.
That's
That's
not-
what he said.
that's not
but
ick, though.
That's not ick. It's not an ick.
Okay,
I'm
so
saying
what
just
is it-
don't do
To be
it.
fair, even to talk to that point.
But that
you might-
sounds like she likes secrecy in some form.
yeah, but that's
just an example.
being
And
secretive
then let me give you an
is not
example.
the same
Then
as
when you
the
catch
speech that I
feelings
say.
and your feelings catch up to where you are, and then he's not commenting or acting like he's in a relationship, then you're gonna be in your feelings.
Why don't
talking
you like
about,
my pics?
why don't you like my pics?
No, I'm
Why
not
don't
saying
you
you
why
can't
don't you
like
breast me in
my
public? Fro?
No. No. Anyways, I can't tell you.
Has
what
any
would be in it.
situation happened with your friends at least, or something you can think of where
Oh,
they've
with
told
you?
you? That's why I said her friends, because ain't nothing going on. Ain't nothing going on over there. Since you ain't got, you is not going better no chase.
That was funny.
You is that.
I can't think of anything at the top of my head,
That's fair.
but I just know in the moment.
No, it's fair. I don't think she needs to give an example.
Okay.
I understand what she means by it could be icky. I get it, but
But
I'm not.
you know what it is.
I'm not projecting this. on
Okay,
her.
you know what? Okay, I
Remember,
can,
this doesn't happen all the
remember.
time.
No, but I can remember when I was younger. Younger being early 20s.
Yeah.
Like just out of uni, like 22, 23. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was this guy that I met, and I met him online. To be fair, like like early Instagram days, and he seemed really like.
Did you say back in the day?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Early Instagram days.
Instagram was like 5-7 years ago.
That isn't back in the day, big man.
Okay, but
Instagram was like
do you know why it is?
2011,
Because I'm now in my 30s. This is when I
I
was
know,
in my
but
20s.
back in
so
the
for
no,
me,
but
Back in the day.
Instagram and back in the day don't go together.
Yeah.
sorry. Early.
If you
I'm
said
talking.
MySpace,
Yeah, or fucking high five or
For
something.
me, it was so long ago though. So I'm talking like I was 22, 23. I'm 31 now. So for me, it feels like a very long time ago.
Instagram been around for that long?
Yeah, I joined Instagram in like 2011.
yeah.
Jesus.
Exactly. So let's say it's this guy, right? And he was very eager man.
Eager man.
Extremely.
This is episode that could be called Eager Man.
Yeah, it was. And the thing is, he wasn't unattractive. Like he was okay. Like I didn't look at him and think ill. He was all right. However, behavior, no.
At the
It
point, I look at you
soon-
and I just think
It literally became disgusting because I just thought, why are you so on my dick? Can I breathe?
yeah.
You know what it was? Prime example. If someone calls you,
Yeah.
wait for me to call you back.
Oh, them girls make me sick.
Girls or guys, fam.
What do you
girls.
mean?
He
wait
would
for me
call
to
me
call you back?
if you've given me a missed call and I haven't
Yeah.
called you back. It's because I'm not in a position
Oh,
to
Yeah,
talk to
don't
you
don't
yet, right?
don't constantly
Oh,
call
he-
me.
Like he will call me like 4 times, and it's
Yeah.
just like, what is?
Do you know, that's funny, because I remember like sixth form days, one girl said to me, call me more than once, so I know you mean it. It's almost a sign of like, do it please, like almost chase me a bit. I'm like, but you saw the one,
Yeah.
why do I need to give you 2 and 3?
Yeah,
So like you get different girls.
yeah.
like,
Fair enough, because I've never been that. I've never
Two
been that.
max.
And with the two,
Back to
and
back.
even if
And it has to be
I-
back to back. Don't spread it out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
1 now and 1 20 minutes. 2 back to back within a minute of each other. To me, that's
But
one
I'll
call.
only do But I will only.
That's one call.
No, but you know what?
2 back
Also,
to back.
but also, if I call you bare times, it's because I need to speak to you urgently. So
And
you will see.
it's not a chit chat. It's,
It's
more
not
of
a
a.
chit. Just answer the
Yeah.
damn
I need
phone.
to
You
come
annoying.
here
Do you know
or-
what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, if I guess obviously it depends when you get to a level of comfortability. Because now in my relationship, I'll call you 10 times. I don't
Exactly.
care, and I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Are you all right? I've called you 10 times. I'm not."
But to this day, if someone calls me
Even that
multiple
wouldn't be
times,
still.
I believe it's for something. For a reason. You're not calling me 10 times just to chat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
are you doing that?
What? Just to chat?
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But like, even if I really needed something, I'm saying maybe early days I'd still be like, I don't want to come across a bit too
Yeah.
eager.
Okay.
Even if it's important, I don't want you to look at it and be like, right, okay.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But now I'll even give you 30. I don't give a damn.
always got to read the room.
Why is your face like that?
30.
Use my man.
I get it, but
You
is
ain't
that,
saying
is that
go
a
nowhere.
non-urgent issue?
No,
No,
that's
if
what I
it's
said.
30,
Okay, cool.
if it's
I've
30,
never-
you're doing it deliberately to piss them off.
Yeah, of course.
30,
But I'm saying,
it's just like, where are you?
I'm just going to keep calling your phone.
Because I've done it before, but it's deliberate. Like
Yeah.
I want you to look at your phone and say 50 missed calls.
Yes. And then you can be like, oh my gosh, what's happening?
Yeah, it's
Nothing,
very
I
cool,
was
very
just
cool,
bored.
very cool.
Yeah, I was just
No, I'm
bored.
just chilling, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's hilarious, bro.
Hey, boom.
Mr. Interrogator.
You haven't got nothing to add to what we've been talking about?
I wasn't listening.
Oh, Brent, really?
It was texting.
We're talking about eagerness.
Eager man.
Eager man.
I
Ick.
agree with her.
What's her, please? She has a
He's
name.
just saying that, man.
What did she say? No, don't nod. What did she say?
When it's funny,
What did she say?
She said,
some things.
No,
Quite a lot of things.
no, Judah, leave him. What did she say? Because when it's me, he wants to really like dig me a grave. Go on. What did she say?
she said, because she's young, she's foolish.
No,
But
I
when
didn't
she's
say that.
older, she'll be wiser.
I
That's
didn't
not what
say
she
that.
said.
I summarized.
And you are like,
That's basically what Gina was saying.
All right, let's move on.
no, we're not.
Slap his leg.
All right. Should we stay on this type of topic? Because I've got another topic.
Cool,
or
cool.
we can move on.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can
So,
come back.
youth correspondent. There's a series of slides here. Yes, you're here for a reason. Please.
Reading is not my strong point.
Hey.
Tough cookies.
5 reasons why dating as a millennial
Can you move the mic?
Oh,
closer to
you're a
your mouth?
millennial.
has become
Move the mic
messed
closer
up.
to your mouth, please.
Has become messed up.
Start again. Why? Project your voice, please.
5 reasons why dating as a millennial has become messed up.
Give us the 5 reasons, girl.
1.
No, give us one at a time and we discuss
No,
it.
that's what I mean.
We're in competition of who can care the least.
Is that the first one?
Yeah.
No, then read. There's a whole thing there to read.
I'm giving her homework.
Showing actual emotions is heavily frowned upon. If we show our cards and act
Booty.
like we're interested, it leaves the person we're affectionate about turned off and running in the opposite direction instead of being flattered that we actually give a crap about them. So nobody risks being vulnerable and open.
There you go. This is a perfect segue to what you're saying about
Yeah.
the ick because you feel a guy's being too on it.
But the thing that annoys me, that's why I really think this comes down to age, you know, or like maybe, let me not say age, but I think it comes down to where you are in life. Because honestly, like I said, right, me at the stage that I'm at now, if I first met a guy, I don't want, and if he actually likes me, I don't want him to act like he doesn't like me because it's gonna put me off. I ain't got time to waste, and neither do you.
The
big
people
man.
still do that, like at a certain age.
That's what, but I'm like,
because to me,
it's
that,
mad because if you're in
that's
your
games,
if
that's
you're in your
games, no?
but if we're in our 30s, right?
yeah.
Nigga, I'm trying to have kids. I'm trying to get married. Like times of the essence.
I think girls still do that regardless of age.
But play games.
Not all girls, obviously not all girls, but I think some girls. I think men are less likely. Well, let me just talk for myself because I don't want to get people. Playing games or being strategic on how you communicate. I think that's another slide. To be fair, it's something you do when you're younger. You know the old rule.
Oh, I'm not gonna. Don't who calls first or.
Not even that. Remember the old school rule when you get a guy's number, you got to live it 3 days before you. Remember that rule?
That was neat.
That rule, yeah. People used to live and die by that rule, yeah. When you get a girl's number at a rave, you can't text her within the first 3 days. That was always. And when I was in college and in secondary school, I lived by that rule.
But again,
Now,
Do you know what it is?
I get a girl's number. I call her the same day. Text her the
Same
same day,
night.
bro.
I swear.
Yeah.
You can't do that though.
why?
Because when you stop calling it, it's like raw.
Mm-hmm.
You hit me up early. I'm not saying that's me. I'm just saying. That's
No,
what I heard
why?
In the streets.
What-
Started, you
what?
wish to go
Start-
on.
Let's say you draw a girl Friday.
Yeah.
You're saying Saturday morning or
If I draw a girl Friday, I might text her Friday.
Oh.
But what's wrong
They
with
don't do
that?
that
This one.
no, do you know what? I agree with
wait,
you. Do you know what? Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what
I
it is.
agree with you.
wait.
She's chatting shite.
Wait.
If it was a guy she loved,
Georgia.
No,
If I like
Before
it.
you keep you keep shit on my game.
keep making noises.
Listen, big man. It's me you're talking about, you know.
Okay.
Trust me, daddy. Trust me, dog.
What time of the day?
It's okay. Huh?
What time of the day on a Friday?
Okay, I draw her at a rave and I text her after the rave. Oh, did you get home? Okay, whatever. Like the same night, big man.
Do you know what? I used to be silly. If I drew you on a Friday, I would do something silly like Sunday 7 p.m. where you're not doing nothing.
See?
Ironing your
Yeah,
clothes.
see that makes sense.
What's it? Ironing your
Ironing your clothes.
Wrinkling my school clothes.
We'll pack you a bag.
No, obviously there's
Better so
obviously
well.
there's universal times when people are less busy. That's
Yeah.
that's obvious. But I'm saying I'm no longer. Let me not text her straight away because you're gonna think I'm eager. I don't care, bruv.
Yeah.
It's me, big man. I got this.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Okay,
if I met a guy, he moves to me and he texts me the same day or the next day, I'm just trying to even think back to like my younger days. I don't think I ever saw it as, right, you're bare eager, innit? Like,
I don't know if the girls ever thought it was eager, but the man them had that rule amongst the man them.
about 3 days.
It was. I remember the
But
rule was
if you-
3 days
But
specifically.
you want to know what the maddest
think-
thing is? I might have forgot about you in those 3 days, though.
Exactly.
So when you message me, it's going to be like, oh, rah, shit, I forgot about you.
Yeah, of course.
That's what my boy used to say.
Happens.
So he would hit you off with the, say
1
you
and a
drew
half.
at 10 p.m. And then he might even do maybe when he gets home at 3, blah, 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 save my number.
Yeah,
That way then, boom.
standard things.
That was the standard.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to lie, 3 days.
Like-
3 days
I
is
forgot about
a
you.
bit too
Here's
much.
my number. This is you.
And
Let me-
also, I'm going to see it as, you're not... This is, again, the
How many did you draw
The
that
whole
night, or
issue
what?
with the game. This is why playing games, yeah, I feel like never...
I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, it was a sport. This guy, you have to go out
That's why
there.
Collector.
He's a collector. I'm not
That's
gonna
what
lie.
I'm
It
saying.
was a
So that's
sport
why
back in
for
the day.
me, not like it never ends well, but like, for example, you could have only drawn me that night, yeah? and be waiting on your 3-day rule, the mandem code.
Yeah.
I'm there thinking, rah, did you draw that many girls here that's taking you this long to holler at me? You're not that interested, you're not that serious.
Sometimes it is, man.
And then
Go through the list.
But
And
remember
then-
WhatsApp when it was easier when you can the new numbers used to go to the bottom.
I'm not gonna lie, mine was prehistoric. It wasn't WhatsApp days. This was
Oh,
still
yeah, yeah,
Nokia days when I was doing this. Old school.
No pics.
No pics, bruv. Just straight
he had
numbers.
he had a photo, he used his contact list properly.
Straight digits. Just
Like,
digits, bruv.
girl in the purple.
Oh no, of course.
Oh, yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
used
of course.
to-
Yeah,
Did
yeah,
you
yeah.
really?
Gina.
You didn't remember names?
Or it would be like
If I'm
Rebecca,
at a rave-
Stratford, and Rex.
If I'm at a rave and I've drawn 6-7 girls, I need to put distinctive things that I remember who they are. Charlene, red dress.
It's back there.
Tanya, big booty, whatever, anything to remember them by. Overall, I remember at one point, and most guys might be able to relate. You might go through your phone one random day, and how many names in this phone you don't even know who they are? You ain't got the Scooby, just header names. It could be a couple girls you drawn last year, 5 years ago, just names, no context.
Is there,
Probably- I
girls, is
remember
there
them.
girls that you lot draw that you just don't holler at afterwards?
100%.
Yeah.
But
Why?
That was
No, back in the day, yeah. Now I
Why?
draw with intent. I don't draw just for sport anymore.
Why would you draw so back in the day, why was it just for sport?
sport. Sometimes
To see how many numbers you can get. And let's be honest, sometimes you just see bare girls you like, so you just speak to all of them.
sometimes
Nowadays,
you deep it like this 5-minute convo when the number is irrelevant. I'm not gonna do anything. So I'm not even gonna message you. Do you get home? There's no point.
So why did you draw?
No, I
why
don't-
did you draw
He's
her?
in the moment.
Nah.
Got caught up in the moment.
in these day and age, I don't have any moments. If I draw you, I want to draw
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
Back
This
in
was
my
yeah.
teens, early 20s, I'm just drawing to drawing's sake. But I might see 10 girls who I want to talk to. But now, if I see 10 girls I like, I'm not talking to 10 girls I like. Back in the day, I'll still do it.
Have you ever gone out, given one girl the fantastic game, all them bars in the tuck that he's talking about,
Yeah.
and you just didn't ask for the number? She's perplexed. It's like, why did you waste 20 minutes of my
Why
time?
did you guys do that?
No, I haven't done.
You never done that?
Why would I do that?
Why have you done that?
Why would I waste 20
Why
minutes
did you
just,
do
just, just to walk away?
Why
Hey,
did you?
this is a scenario.
No,
it's,
it's-
not, it's like me, guys.
Wait, so you're having great conversation.
Yeah.
You've brought her in, you sold her, and you just don't
Put Klein
exchange
and
number?
Sinker.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm guilty to do that all the time, to be honest.
Yeah,
Why?
I know he does that all the time.
No,
Yeah, because your intention is not
There
to get
you
a number.
go. There you go.
That's why.
Yeah.
You just want a good convo.
Yeah.
I don't want. a
I'm
good
here for
convo.
a good
I just
time, not a
happen
loud
to-
time.
To give it. No, Brent's the type of guy. If you approach him, he gives you good convo. He don't want to give you.
Yeah. I feel like
Brent don't even want to talk to you, but you're just okay. You're here, cool. Let's
do
talk.
I don't think it's that, you know.
No, it
Brent
is.
strikes me as the...
Like for example, yeah.
Wait.
When I saw you at,
What?
is it what free shot show was it? One free shot show. Wasn't it? Remember when I was leaving you talking to
Two white
three
girls.
girls? No, they wasn't white. They were black. In my head, I'm thinking these girls have cornered Brent, and now he's just trapped. But he don't want to talk.
It looked like that, right?
Yeah.
It was.
He don't want to talk to them, but he is because he's a nice
I
person. He's
can't be
polite,
rude. Yeah.
and he's just gonna sprinkle the splat on them, and they're gonna be, oh my god, Brent's so dumb.
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Them times I wish I was mad awkward, so they would just think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
But I can't do that
Yeah.
because they'll think I'm stupid after they've left. So yeah. I agree, but I believe that everybody in this room does this. You leave some remnant
Oh,
of
that's what he
dopeness with you.
This guy wants every girl to think that.
100%.
You know, Jesse, the funny guy. He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the funniest guy I've ever
And I'll
met.
show you range now.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Range.
Sit down.
What gives you this impression?
Because
Big man is?
I talk to you all the time, so I know how you are. If you're like that with me, imagine how you are with girls. And in terms of like being funny, being humorous, and being jokey.
Musicians be like that.
Like yourself.
Of course. And I remember you showed me screenshots of little convos, so I can read in. And like, I see the jokes you've been saying. I see the jokes.
What's wrong with this man, bro?
I see the jokes.
Get him away from me. What are you talking
I
about?
see the jokes.
You like to give them a little taste now and then.
Little sprinkle, little
Yeah,
splash.
just a little
No,
taste.
but that's just me being me.
Hold that.
No, it is him being him.
You take pride in letting people know.
Don't make stuff up now.
You just said that.
No, I agreed with what you said. I enjoy conversation.
No.
You've now jumped to I take
And then when I
pride in
finished,
doing this.
when Georgia said you didn't
I didn't hear
even finish.
Georgia's not here.
Sorry?
Wow.
Wow. Silencing black women. Crazy.
Just the millennials. The ones that are too young for me. I ain't gonna hear them. I ain't gonna hear them. They're too young.
Whatever, Trevor.
Say it with chest. But you're
Oh,
joking.
I was like, where's my phone? You've got it. All right, next.
Oh no, next
nigga
one.
old.
The next one.
Like, shit.
Damn
Hey,
it.
read.
Oh, wait.
How'd you
Number
say
two.
tree?
Sorry? It just means... Anyways, we expect a perfection that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Social media has led us to believe we're entitled a fairy tale life that doesn't truly exist.
What?
What?
We write people off for minor detail and quickly look at the next best thing that will somehow also find flaws in.
Podding.
Oh, we,
There's a chapter in my book about
You
this.
see that look he just gave you?
No, I was like, why are you guys so like? That's what that's what the look was.
I said, that's a word.
We
Triggered.
Hallelujah.
we fail to realize that relationships are a balanced bond and that the amazing things come with imperfections as well.
You're on
The last 3 points was...
As you two make so much noise, you guys can talk about that.
Go ahead, Gina.
I think social media definitely plays a part in depicting like perfection, and a lot of millennials look to these couples as goals, right? So, but a lot of these couples don't show you their bad side. Prime example, Terrell and Nikita, when they were a couple, the amount of people I saw literally worship them to the point where these lot did meet and greets and people would line up outside shops to meet them as a couple.
Imagine doing
What?
a meet and greet.
Yeah.
You're
For
lying.
being a
I'm
couple.
not, George, am I
Imagine.
lying?
What?
They did meet and greets.
Listen,
They
Were you
did.
there?
one thing I've learned about
No.
life is that people really become invested in other people's
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah, they do.
Like a lot.
Yeah.
A
So that in itself, and even when you are in the comments and you see people cry, a couple goals, or God, I see what you're doing for others. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the narrative. But it's like
Girls in these bars, bro.
people always fail
I
to.
see what you do. I see what you do.
The
for
problem
others.
is people also don't show the flip side.
Behind the doors.
You don't see the behind the scenes or behind closed doors and what really is happening. And it's so funny because not this week, but have you seen that new challenge, show me a picture of,
Yeah.
that people
Yeah.
have been doing? I've seen one consistently where people are like, show me a time where you weren't happy but no one knew you weren't happy. And people are posting photos that they put on the gram
Of them smiling.
of them not even smiling, but like a picture that they would have posted online
Yeah.
that would have got so much likes, and you know what I mean? But deep down they were battling with whatever it was they're battling. So it's a prime example of
Yeah.
only showing perfection.
Yeah, of course.
And unless you're wise enough or have like a certain level of intellect, and I say that only because it's easy for people to get caught up in what they see online. And obviously for a normal person, you think, oh, but it's online, innit? Like this isn't real life.
Yeah.
But not everyone can come to that reality though. Like a lot of people, when you find out like a couple are no longer together, it's like, like they're like, how could this be? Because you
Yeah.
showed me that like you
It was
never showed
perfect.
signs of anything else, but people don't realize that. But why would they? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I think
So-
that's a perfect point. Why would they?
Yeah.
Like, social media is not for putting up, yo, me and my husband had an argument today and here are the details of the argument. Like, it's a picture of my face crying. Like, that's not what social media is for.
And do you know what's funny though?
Yeah.
And what's even tapped is that when you do show bad times or vulnerability, they'll laugh at you or say you're attention seeking.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like,
I think it depends though. Like there's levels to that. I don't think like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Prime example, Stephen Bear, is that his name? The one who recently, I think his ex came out and said that she found evidence that he videoed them having sex without her consent, and she spoke about it.
Porno freak.
And then he literally came out and kind of discredited everything she was saying, all of that stuff. But obviously, the world is on the female side, right? And he's getting a lot of stick. Then he puts out a video saying, oh, you lot think you're so funny. You're sending me all this hate, but all I need to do is put up a video of myself crying, saying I'm going to commit suicide. And then you're all going to take back your words and then say you feel sorry for me and then forget about it. A couple of days later,
But that's what he did.
did he not do the same thing? Put out a video of him crying on socials,
But,
acting
but
like
he
he's
told
a-
them he was going to do it.
But that
And
video-
they still fell for it.
That video wasn't... Yeah, but that's my point. Do you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's the level of people laughing at. Do you know what I mean? Because... And then people, when he actually put out the video, I didn't even see the video he did before of him saying, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah, neither did I.
A lot, and we didn't see that. Well, I feel like that came out afterwards because initially the video that circulated was, oh my gosh, people need to check up on him because
Yeah.
this video came out. It was quite disturbing to watch.
Yeah.
Then afterwards, the other video circulated of him basically saying, like making light of the situation. Then after that, he came back and was like, "Oh, I was in a really bad place. Like it was real." And then it was just like, "Are you the boy that cried wolf or not?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's degrees of people laughing at people being vulnerable, if that makes sense. I don't think all cases people are vulnerable instantly, especially if you're a person that is quite transparent and you are honest. I feel like, and it also takes a certain type of person to laugh at your vulnerability. They themselves have got screws lost in their head. But yeah. But I do feel like that is a problem in our generation because people compare their situations with what they see online as like a standard, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think people's minds have become warped by social media.
I just think because we're so engrossed in social media, people have lost touch with reality.
No, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. Any more on that one, or should we go to the third one? You got, what time did you say the clubhouse was? 11?
11, yeah.
Cool. Let's do one more then, because we don't think we have time to go through all of it.
Ghosting and unclear intentions are too normalised. When we've lost interest, we simply stop responding. We don't need to tell them. We're left constantly wondering where relationships are headed, if anywhere, and plague ourselves with wondering if we're wasting our time. No one is clear about their intentions. Some lie about their intentions entirely just to have their egos stroked for a while.
I don't think that's a millennial problem though.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking
that's not I don't think that's sensitive to the time that we're in. I feel like that's always been the case. And I don't think people before would like, if they were no longer interested in you, would be like, okay, hey, I'm not gonna lie, this isn't really going nowhere. So I think we should stop talking. It just it would be a natural thing of you stop talking.
Yeah.
And I don't even see it as ghosting. It's just you lost interest. Or would people rather like? Because my thing is, this isn't a job interview, so I don't need feedback. So
I mean, no, it is when it's ghosting with no clear. Imagine it's ghosting out of nowhere. Imagine you thought that things were going well, and then out of the blue, you just notice and the communication is becoming less and less and less, and then suddenly it's just done. Then you're left wondering what happened. You know what I'm trying to say? So sometimes
Yeah,
the other person's probably on the other side saying, read the room though.
because my thing is, I wouldn't like. Let's say for example, like me and a guy are chatting, and then I notice his communication is like dwindling down and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna find out why or if things have changed or what's changed.
Yeah.
I might just read the room and prevent myself the dickheadism of asking and being like, I've read the room, so clearly we're not in the same space.
But sometimes you read the room wrong though. Sometimes you assume that the person is
when they could be going through
dwindling,
stuff.
but it could be a million different things. That's the thing as well. Like
But then it's also
people
for
always
them to be-
assume
but then it's
that
always-
it's always about them. Sometimes it's not about you, big
I
man.
know,
Relax.
but then it's also for
It's
you.
true,
Even if it's not about me though.
At least communicate with me and tell me why you're being
I don't wanna bother you and make it about me if it's not about me. But you've led me to believe that your actions have led me to believe that it's about me. So it's also a case of being transparent as well, though.
I agree with that statement, as in be transparent, but I don't think his actions have led you to believe. I mean, not you, but if you're, I don't know, if I'm wrong, correct me. If someone's a bit self-centered or they believe the world revolves around them, like, oh, you're not talking, it means that you're not interested in me. Like, shut up, man. It's not about that. It's not about you.
I don't think it's always a case of being self-centered though, because I don't
No.
believe. Do you know what I mean? Because you couldn't be. I don't believe I'm self-centered, but if I'm talking to a guy and we used to really talk and we don't talk anymore, I'm gonna think I'm the problem or something's changed. Something's changed on your sides towards me.
You know, I agree. I'm saying I agree with you, but it's not always the case as well.
Oh, of course,
But I agree for sure. And if a guy does like you, he's gonna communicate with you and let you know
exactly.
if and why he's dwindling his communication. So I get it.
So
What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
So for me, you look like
he looks like
the meme Kermit. You do. You look like Kermit. You do. I was gonna say that.
Kermit knows, motherfucker.
All I have is conversation. I can't give you peen.
What?
I don't know what you said, but it sounded funny, bro.
You asked me about my conversations, skills and whatnot.
Yeah.
All I have is conversation. I can't
Give you
my
penis. Oh, okay. So you just...
That's all I got.
I said, take all these verbs.
You're an idiot.
Take all my words.
Man.
Okay.
Any thoughts or
Alright.
just
It's 11. I wanted to rumble it. It's 11.
All right, cool.
Bruh, that quickly?
Oh, sorry.
All right, so what two did we get up to?
How long do you lot go in the clubhouse for?
Is it charged enough?
Oh yeah, I'm good today. Yeah. If she is the one.
I'm talking through
Gina.
Gina's, so I'm just there. Even though I'm on mute, I'm still here.
Okay. So that is the topic of discussion today. You need to
Mute your
Mute
thing.
your
Mute
thing.
and put your volume down.
Alright, cool. All right, so we're gonna go to Brent for the line of questioning.
You're definitely not.
Why? No, you're gonna question us. You're the executor.
We talked about this. I'm sure we talked about this.
No,
It's
but
a different topic.
different topic.
So
What's the issue?
it's the same principle.
What
What?
the probing?
I said I was not going to talk.
Why?
Because, never mind, I'm not going to talk.
I don't understand this.
I said, never mind.
All right, Gina,
Anyway.
lead us.
All right, cool. So hi guys. Obviously, as you know, we are recording the pod, and this came up as a topic of discussion, and it came from Masika, from what is she in? Love and Hip Hop. Basically, she put out a tweet that we read, and we basically wanted to discuss and get you lot's thoughts on it. So, youth correspondent, can you read out the tweet again, please?
I shouldn't have the tweet. Let me read it.
Bear with.
Where's the tweet? Where's
Get
the
one of
tweet?
those pads whilst you read.
No, so hold on. Before I read the tweet, the premise is basically how soon as a man do you know that the girl you just met is either, you know, your wife, your girlfriend? How soon do you see the potential in her? Is it instant? Does it take a while? We would obviously deliberating amongst ourselves, and I said that I can tell almost straight away just from initial contact, conversation, vibe, connection. What was your stance, Cole? KO Beats?
It's not a given. You definitely can, but it's not. Sometimes you're gonna need a bit of time to decipher whether it is adapting.
Yeah. So the convo came from Masika's tweet. She basically said that met my fiance 10 years ago, curved him for 97% of the 10 years. We've been dating now for 4 months. He asked me to marry him 4 days ago. Last night I asked him, what made you so sure only after 4 months of dating? He said, I knew 10 years ago on the day I met you that I was going to marry you. So what we're going to need is we're going to need guys who either agree or disagree to come to the stage and tell us, you know, are you for this? Do you believe that you can meet a girl and know that you want to marry her straight away? How long does it take? Have you got a story? Have you got an example?
And also, ladies, what has your experience been, if it has been anything related to this? So have you ever experienced a guy who you've met that you are with now, say that like from your first interactions and stuff, he knew that you were the one?
Yeah.
And how did that make you feel?
And even from a girl's perspective, have you ever met a guy before and knew straight away that you wanted him to be your husband, or you
the
wanted
guy
him to
that
be your
you wanted-
boyfriend?
yeah.
Or like, how soon do you guys see potential in a person as a partner, basically, is the premise. All right, so if anyone wants to chime in, just raise your hands and we'll bring you to the stage.
But
Yo, go on.
Oh, okay. So, in regards to what you were saying, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you were saying that you feel like, you definitely believe that it can be done.
Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely.
And what has your experience been?
I've definitely met girls before, and just from physical attraction, obviously, from just talking to them, the vibe, the connection, I've said to myself, you know what, I can imagine you being my girlfriend. Just based off, obviously, tangibles, some intangibles as well.
What do those tangibles look like?
Well, physical attraction and personality and vibe and your demeanor, how you carry yourself. Certain other things that you'd figure out later, like values and morals and stuff like that. But, you know, just those first initial boxes, you can see it straight away.
But never wife?
What's that, sorry?
Never wife?
Never wife. Never can I see her as my wife. Yeah, I can as well. But remember what I said earlier. Meeting a girl and thinking she could be my wife, that's something you kind of have to decipher with a bit more time. But knowing whether or not you want to pursue her for something serious, I reckon a lot of guys know that almost straight away. It might not be on the day, you know what I'm trying to say, but in the first few weeks of talking to them, you can figure it out. That's why I believe love at first sight is kind of real. Like, I wouldn't say love, but something. Like, have you ever seen a girl before and the minute you see her, you're like, rah. Like, I need to talk to you. Like, I must talk to you today. I can't leave. Like,
I cannot leave this establishment.
I cannot leave. That happened to me a few times. I cannot leave here today without your number, just based on your beauty alone. Like, and just your aura and vibe. I look at you and think, me and you, we go together. Like, just.
I hear that.
You know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Just by looks.
If I see a girl from across the room, then it's just looks, of course, isn't it? Until we start talking, then I can figure out other things. But I could be wrong. I could see a girl who I think is attractive and talk to her, and it's nah. So I'm not saying this is 100% foolproof. It's not. There's definitely chinks in the armor. You're not gonna see a girl and think, yeah, she's the one, and then talk to her and she's the one. You could meet a girl and think, no, not really. But it goes both ways.
So the tweet, 10 years, you believe that he was pursuing her for 10 years and he knew for them 10 years she was the one.
I don't
think he was pursuing her for 10 years consistently. I think he always had feelings for her, and for whatever reason, it didn't work out in that 10 years. Circumstances. Remember what I said before about timing. The timing just wasn't probably right. But the feelings he had for her, he always had them, and they never went anywhere. So when the stars finally aligned, it's like, boom, yeah, we're together. But I've known this about you for 10 years, because when I first met you, I thought you were the one. It just hasn't happened until now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think that he was actually persistent, like always getting rejected by her or like waiting every time she was single. I just think it was a case of he was living his life same way she was living hers, but he's always kind of had a thing for her, and timing just allowed them to be in the same space that they're in for it to work.
So he lied to her.
What do you mean?
What do you mean he lied to her?
Well, the tweet suggests that he was like, I knew 10 years ago, a whole decade.
Yeah, but I don't think, but he could have seen her and been like, you know what, one day this girl's going to be my wife. But I don't think he actively, as in like every minute of the 10 years.
Oh, so she lying.
What's wrong with you?
Didn't the tweet say he's been curved by her?
Yeah, I mean, fair enough, he did say that.
No, she said that she's curved him 97% of the time over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So what's your point?
I was just reading the tweet and taking it as it is, to be honest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. No, I'm asking you. I'm not having a go at you. I'm saying, what are you?
So I said,
to?
she's lying then? Because you said,
I think she's exaggerated to
Okay.
Obviously she's exaggerating. Obviously she
Just for
can't
Twitter,
really
no.
she can't really quantify the percentage of the time she rejected him.
Yeah.
But she's basically saying it was a lot. Basically, isn't it?
But the tweet, you interpret the tweet as it's ongoing persistence. It's not all right, I'll catch you on the flip side.
I believe it's on and off persistent. Remember, it's 10 years. How consistent can you be in 10 years? Are you talking to her every week? I'm sure there's months where
an earnest man.
you know.
No, but
I'm sure months have gone by where he hasn't spoken to her. I'm sure he's got into a relationship. He got out of a relationship.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
He's seeing someone else. He's not just at home waiting for Masika to be free. Like, he's living his life, and it hasn't worked out for him for whatever reason in other relationships. And it's just happened that now they're both free. The stars have aligned.
What's the quality of those relationships he's been having in the meantime?
So are you saying that you think
Could be situationships.
he was sabotaging those relationships because he was waiting for her?
That's a very time filling.
Okay.
Pastime. It potentially.
You know,
could be.
that's potential, but that's risky, because you can't sabotage things that could be right for someone who you don't even know wants you. And just by your interactions, she doesn't want you, to be fair, because she's covering you every second she can get. So
But don't men do that
Yeah, but
anyway
what if-
until it is they meet the one?
what?
Sabotage everything in between?
I don't believe so.
So you think they actively sabotage?
What if she just wasn't working?
As in they actively don't commit
What's that?
until they actively don't commit until it is that they meet the one, no?
Yeah, but that's obvious.
That's what I just said.
No, but
I said don't men do that.
I thought you said something else. Sorry.
Yeah, you tend to do that.
No, I don't believe you. Shut the fuck up, man. No, I don't believe that you are sabotaging it. If you're meeting girls and they're not the one, they're not the one. You not being with them is not you sabotaging it. That's just you not being with them.
I don't know. I met a couple of guys who, as Sydney Poitier said, by meeting a girl, it's cool, blah, 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 and the vibe is cool.
Yeah.
And until she decides to say, what is this?
Yeah.
Everything's fine. But when she says, what is this?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this ain't working out.
No, but the thing
And they
is,
try to find a way out.
for me, saying sabotage means that you're sabotaging something that could potentially work because you're waiting for this other girl.
That could be his MO though.
This is it.
It's a sad
They ain't got
reality.
no
but
intention
that's what
of
I mean.
selling
No,
down.
that's different though. If you're sabotaging things deliberately because you want to wait for another girl, that's different from a guy just
By this time.
meeting girls who is not right for him and just going through life.
But it could be
Sabotage, remember, the word sabotage means you are deliberately fucking this situation up. No? Sabotage.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Exactly. That's different from it's just not working out because we're not compatible or whatever.
I hear you.
Victoria and
Why are you
Lade,
looking so fucking evil?
did you wanna add to the conversation? If you did, can you please unmute yourself? Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
In regards to Masika, I think she chats a lot of shit anyway, so she's probably exaggerating the situation. But in regards to how does a man know if someone's the one? So I've been in two situations. I've been engaged twice.
Wow.
The first time I was with my partner for 8 years.
Wow.
He proposed after 6 years. And I guess we started young, blah, blah, blah. Currently, I'm engaged and we've only been dating for a year. So, again, I think it depends on age.
Yeah.
It depends on where that man is in his life.
Yeah.
And a lot of men, when they're ready, they date with intention. So it's a number of factors. You can meet the right guy at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So I think it's about maturity, it's about where that man is in his life. And when the stars align, then it is what it is. So yeah.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier about timing. In life, listen, timing plays a big part in your relationships. I mean, just meeting someone at the right time when it's right for both of you.
Yeah.
I mean, you might meet someone and it's right for you, not right for them. It just has to be perfect sometimes, isn't it? Not all the time. Sometimes you work on off time, but when it aligns, it aligns.
So what's the most important, timing or intention? Or can they exist in the same sitting?
They can definitely exist. Imagine the timing is right and your intention's pure and that's what you want to do, then that's perfect.
But if the timing isn't right, but yet your intention is to get the chick, it's just not going to work, right?
No.
Lade, I saw you unmuted your mic.
Oh, hi. So I just wanted to basically share my story. So I'm married now. I've been with my husband for 7 years, but we got married about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And with me, I think when we first met, I was 18, he was 21.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started uni and we were friends for like a year. And then we just kind of like said to each other, we liked each other. But at that point, initially, he was like, I'm not ready for a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, cool, gonna be friends, burnt a bit. But I thought, okay, I'd rather him be a friend than nothing at all. And then I think about a month later, started dating and he was just like, yeah, I think I'm gonna marry you. And I was a bit taken aback, but I somehow just trusted him. And I thought, I really like this guy, but let's just stick it out and see where it goes. And yeah, now we're married.
Amen.
Madam, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
The type of woman you are, does that level of like him knowing what he wanted early, did that impress you? Is that something that you like in men? Or I think you mentioned that he was taken aback a bit.
Yeah. Oh, it impressed me a lot. But then again, I was only 18. So at that point, I hadn't really dated a lot of guys and I didn't know exactly what I wanted. But I think when I met him and I got to know him a bit more, everything was just presenting itself well. He was just presenting himself well. And I just thought, okay, I think this is what I would want in a guy, but let's just stick it out kind of thing and see where it goes. But it did definitely impress me because I felt like guys around that age bracket or even a bit older weren't really on knowing what they wanted.
So you have no buyer's regret?
No, I don't.
Amen.
Probably, I'm 25. A lot of people say that, I got married young. I don't think I got married young because I think we got to know each other for a few years before we got into it. Obviously not saying that marriage isn't hard, but I felt for me personally, it was the right decision.
So did you get married at 23?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you think that's too young?
What, get married at 23?
Yeah.
Do you know what? When I was younger, why are you laughing, Georgia? Sorry?
Oh, she knows something.
No, when I was younger, I believed I was going to get married young and I believed by 25, I was going to be on my second child and married. Very ambitious. But looking back, I wasn't ready at 23 to be married. So, yeah. I think it's down to the individual. Do you get what I mean?
I think that's every girl, to be fair.
What? Oh, when you're young?
Yeah.
But wasn't you the same person talking about if a guy shows you interest, it's the ick?
Yeah, I know, but when I was young,
when he was young, how old are you? Sis, you're still a teenager.
Not.
You're 19.
Anyway, 2 years ago, let me just say, I wanted to be 25, married with my kids, finished, done. It's not really happening at this point. I know.
No, guys, I wish
It's
you
not
could
gonna
see
happen though. In
Sis,
5
you're
years.
19.
It's not really happening. You're 19.
Brick bad.
But not in 5 years. I'm not ready.
Uncle, bro.
But you know, you never know. Life might
Man
change.
said things have really changed. Like, you're 19.
Oh, I'm done.
All right, guys.
But guys,
Mm-hmm.
do you know what's funny? You know how you said, Gina, that when you were younger, you thought you were gonna get married young and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think with me, I was the complete opposite. So whereas everyone I'd kind of met and like became friends with at uni, they all kind of wanted to like, you know, saw the whole getting married young thing. But I wanted to get married when I was like 30.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't think I would meet someone till I was maybe like 30, mid-30s,
Mm-hmm.
get married till I was like maybe near 40s. I don't know if that's like something a lot of other women have felt, or maybe I'm just the complete opposite. I don't know. I didn't expect it to happen this young, basically.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah.
So what made you say yes then? If it's not what it is that you wanted.
You just
Oh, no,
know
I
at
didn't
that
say
time.
it's not what I wanted. I
Oh.
just didn't expect it. So, yeah, I mean, we dated for near enough, I think, 3 years when he proposed. And then we'd been together for 4 years when we got married. So, I don't know. I just thought everything was right. Didn't feel like I was making a mistake. I was just really happy. And, yeah, I saw a proper future with him.
Oh, I'm
So,
happy
yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amen.
Does anybody else in the audience have anything to add? Jason, I want to pick on you because you are a married man. No?
Wow. What has happened?
Touch
Yes.
one of them buttons.
Touch one of the buttons.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Hey, Gina.
Hi.
I know Yusuff gave you a look as you said that.
Jason, you do not understand what I'm dealing with right now. But thank you. Hi.
It's all right. DM me.
Okay, I will.
To be honest, I'm just listening to the conversation. It's interesting. But I think a lot of people are saying the same things in terms of it's an individual thing, in terms of timing. Even when you're going to ask to marry someone, especially with guys, all the guys that I know that have got engaged or got married all said it was just literally a moment where they thought, you know what, I'm going to marry this woman. Maybe something really small she done, or just a moment where you're like, you know what, I'm going to get married. I'm going to marry this woman. So when I hear, like, when people tweet and stuff, want them to be married by this time, or they've been together for 4 years, why is he not proposed? I always think, maybe you're just not there yet. The time is not really relevant. And I know people say, I don't have time to waste my time, but the irony is all we have is time.
Yeah. Oh. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, you're right. I hear that.
Kind of thing. But it is, I think with even getting to that stage, you probably have to go through a few things for you to think, you know what, I want to get married.
Yeah.
Because once you are married, that's when I can't even say the word now.
Expectations.
The expectations are higher. The stakes are higher. Not just from used to, but from family. If you've got a close-knit family, they're involved, that becomes a bigger issue. It may become detrimental to your relationship as well. And one thing I'd personally advise is if you are looking to maybe have counselling before, and also state what your expectations are with marriage. Yeah, because one thing I think we don't do enough, just men and women, is trying to discover what people's relationships are, or how they view a wife, a girlfriend, a partner. We just have our own expectations and then think, no, well, why are you not matching up to the things in my head? Well, they can't if you don't talk about it, or you don't discover what their idea of being a husband is, or being a wife, or whatever.
No, those are good points. You know?
Do you know what? Yesterday I saw a thread on Instagram. I just literally messaged my friend now because it's gone off her story. And it was a lady basically, she said how I think Facebook reminded her it was her like anniversary for her trad, which was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But she's no longer married, and she was talking about like she's not ashamed of it, and she's gonna share like a few tips as to what people kind of fail to do in like the stages leading up to marriage. And I
Yeah.
wanted to read it out, but I can't. Hopefully she messages me back and gives it and tells me it so I can read it. But it was a very interesting read, and it definitely touched on what you just said, Jason, about basically kind of discussing your expectations of marriage before you get married, because she found that a lot of people don't do that, or even within her marriage, that's not one of the things that she done. So when she got into it, it was a different story.
Yeah.
And
100%.
and they realized that they weren't even really on the same page, or they both had different levels of expectation.
And then question though, how much do relationships differ from being boyfriend and girlfriend, then being engaged, then being married? Like, how much do you already know, or like, because I'm assuming that if you're with someone for X amount of years, you've learned a lot about them, and being now having the title of husband and wife wouldn't necessarily change a lot, no?
No, it does change.
Okay.
And people don't really realize it changes, because when your girlfriend and boyfriend is cool, you get into each other, you don't really think, okay, well, this is going to be for my forever. Even if you think it in your head. When you get engaged, I'm not going to lie, guys, that's like the best time in terms of your girlfriend, partner. You're the best man since sliced bread.
Yeah.
If you get a nice ring, you propose right, you're the best man since sliced bread.
Yeah.
But then once you start planning for a wedding, things slightly change. And a lot of people will say, some people that didn't quite make it even to the marriage, well, that's the testing time. Because that's when you're planning. And when you're planning, then you have to consider someone else's family. If you're doing a trad, I've done a trad before, you have to then find out about other people's cultures. Then you have to mix families. Also, it comes into money. You're now saving for a wedding. So all your paychecks are not yours no more, which can cause contention, etc., because it's the pressure. And then payments are coming out every month, so to speak, when you're trying to get ready for a wedding. Once you get married, then there's the association of what someone believes that you should be doing as a husband. And that may stem from what they've seen growing up, or what they've influenced them, whether it's TV, film, etc. So a lot of people, some people I know had marriage counselling before to get those questions, as answers, so you can understand whether you are really ready to marry this person.
Yeah.
But the one thing I would say that people kind of always miss is that as individuals, we're all growing as individuals. You meet someone, you get along, you build a connection, and you build a foundation. Now, the only thing is, all you can hope is that you continue to grow together.
Yeah.
And life is constantly changing. So depending on your careers, what you do in your personal lives may add outside influence to your marriage. So those are things to consider. And I think one thing I'd say is constant open communication is important.
Yeah.
To manage expectations, because things change daily.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Songs like he used to be married.
Ask him.
Oh, sir.
Yes, I did.
Is
I
this-
did used to be.
Okay, all right. Would you get married again?
I would. I think I would. But then I would probably ensure those steps that I'm telling you now. But then I suppose it will take a lot for me to reach that stage, because it's a building process. Any other questions on us?
Yeah. I think on a previous podcast, Sydney basically said that when you're... Sorry, what?
Nothing. Go on.
Go on. I don't mind.
Okay. Sydney, correct me if it is.
No,
right?
wait, Jason, we're not laughing at. We're laughing at him saying Sydney all the time.
No one is talking. But go on.
Go on.
Carry on, Brent.
Sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yusuff said that... Oh, you look at me now.
What did I say, Brent?
That he would treat his wife just like he would treat his girlfriend.
Okay.
And then Sid was like, you can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
There are levels to this.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
It's the same, right?
Hold on, Jason.
No, don't
Jason.
lead him. Don't lead him.
No, I'm asking.
Let him ask.
Go on.
Yeah.
Nah, you treat your wife different. You and it sounds really weird because you've known the same person all the time.
Don't
But
touch me.
A lot of men,
No.
a lot of men that I know that have got married,
Yeah.
they'll explain that once you get the ring or whatever, you feel like a different sense of responsibility.
Talk
The
heavy.
thing is, I get that, yeah, but
But-
hold on, hear me out. What if you're already treating your girlfriend like your wife?
No, but but the thing is, you do, but you don't, because now she's your wife.
There's another level, of course. I understand that totally. There's another level and there's
I
another.
still don't understand it. He said it, but I don't understand it. He hasn't explained it to me.
Who? Okay, go on.
Okay, you know what? To be honest, and it's really dumb things like you want to do better because this person is now your wife.
So that
In Christ.
title of wife has now elevated your behavior and the way you act and the way you treat her.
Yeah,
Because essentially she's the same girl from yesterday, but now she has a new title. So because of the title of wife, you now have to elevate your game, so to speak. No, is that kind of what?
you
you're saying?
elevate your game. You move different, and you don't realize that you move different in how you might even. I know a lot of guys will mention their wife a lot when they first get married.
Yeah,
because it's the thing, or they'll say, "Oh, you know what? Let me just check with the wife."
yeah,
And it sounds dumb, but it's actually like a cool thing to say because you're able to say that.
And those were things they weren't doing prior.
yeah.
Those things you weren't doing prior, and there is a sense of pride with it.
So
Jason,
if,
do you think there's the level of accountability towards your spouse increases as well?
100%, because you're now involved, if depending on how you are, with their family.
Yeah, but if you were going to marry her and you knew you were going to marry her, you were already involved in her family though.
No, but not to the you delve in further. It's like another level of delving in, especially if you do a trad. When you do a trad, it's you're meeting other parts of the family you might not have met before, and that.
Sorry,
and
Jason, I was
that-
going to say, and remember, some families don't actually recognize that you have taken my daughter or you have taken my son until the marriage as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
but that doesn't change the way you feel though, does it?
No, it slightly does, because you realize when you start meeting family members that you've never met before, and it gives you an extra sense of responsibility. The responsibility is added, so you feel you now have to level up even more, even though you might already be on a treat your wife like the best person she is.
Yeah.
It enhances you to want to treat them better, and there's a sense of pride with everything you do.
So do you need to believe in this institution of marriage in order to take on this particular charge of treating your woman like she's priceless?
I don't think. See, that's a tricky question, because I feel like you can to a degree, but I would say that once as I said, there's a slight difference, and you can only notice that difference once you've done it.
The thing is, I understand why there would be a difference,
So we have to go through it to understand what you're saying.
but it seems like it's
Basically,
it's based
I hear that.
on no. Wait, what's wrong with you? But it's based on a title, and it's based on having the wedding and going through the motions of a wedding, and just that whole day. Now everything's been heightened. You've now kind of elevated, but
to be honest, the emotions of even emotion.
yeah, emotion as well. But it's like
No, not the emotions. I was saying, like, planning a wedding
yeah,
will determine how much you really like this person.
Mhm.
And I can't stress that to you enough.
in terms of what having to spend
Is
X
it
amount of
based
money.
based
Or-
on
No,
the-
it's not the money. It's the stress of planning a wedding.
Okay, okay.
Like a
how
wedding,
how involved were you in the planning of your wedding? If you don't mind me asking.
I was involved, but there was times I wasn't getting sleep.
Is it because obviously traditionally it seemed like the woman is the main planner along with maybe her mother, her friends, or whatnot, and the guy kind of takes a back seat. Were you?
Nah, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Okay, cool.
Because everyone's got bright ideas, but haven't got bright pockets.
Oh, 100%. I
Oh
can
yeah, true.
imagine.
Yeah, no. In terms of the finances, listen, my ears are going to be nailed to the streets, but I don't know exactly what's being spent. But I'm saying in terms of the seating arrangements and the decor and
You don't really care
the
about
catering and the this and that.
Nah, you want to be involved as much as possible, because it helps dictate. Because what you got to understand is, once she's gone off, like on a day,
Yeah.
she's gone off to get her dress, whatever.
Yeah.
You are now pivotal to all plans.
Oh yeah, of course.
So
I ain't saying
you
that
need to-
I don't want to be involved. I definitely wouldn't be involved, but I'm just trying to gauge, because obviously you said planning of the wedding will obviously determine and let you know whether or not you really want to be with this person. So I'm trying to figure out
Yeah, because
what elements of the planning process make you think, you know what, I can't do this, Like this is too much.
Because okay, for example, you're constantly on the go of things that need to be done.
Yeah.
And there is no break. The break you get might be going to work.
Okay.
And then you come back home and you've got a spreadsheet in front of you. Okay, has this been paid? No, this hasn't been paid. Why? Yeah, then you have to make phone calls, etc., etc.
This sounds tedious, man.
Does it make it feel like a transaction rather than like a love ceremony? If that makes sense.
Look, everything before that ceremony is a transaction.
Okay.
You've got people ringing you. Oh, this hasn't been paid, and you got to pay it. You got to find the money. You got to, and yeah, you're on the job. Like as I said, most people I know have had spreadsheets. The spreadsheets help you get you through.
Shit, this shit don't sound worth it.
Formula. I said, we gotta find the money.
Well, find the money.
I ain't got the money back, but I gotta find it.
No. I ain't talking about the money. I'm talking about how tedious and business-like this sounds. Spreadsheets and Excel and
formulas and that.
Like, I just want to love you, baby. what the fuck is going on?
But it depends if you're a planner or not.
The thing is, I feel like if you're someone who enjoys planning or someone who likes being organised and stuff, it won't be as bad. But obviously, if that's not your bag, it's going to be horrible.
I think even if you're a planner, you will hate it because everything now relies on you, and also you have to be very meticulous and be on people's cases that you hire to be professional. Even if you get a planner, I would say people should get a planner, but
still be involved.
You still need to be involved because then you still need to dictate and I would say your best men and maid of honor are vital because on the day you need them to be able to say, look, this needs to go here. Oh, this is the plan, etc. And on top of that, what you don't realize when I say meticulous in terms of if you've got invites, people are lazy. You could tell them, okay, it's the marriage that I need you to send your responses RSVP on this date. A month later, you've got aunties, uncles still sending you stuff. Oh, I just want to bring your cousin. What? You didn't invite your cousin. There's other things. And it just depends where your wedding is. If it's abroad, if it's not abroad, you might have to pay for extra family members.
Yeah.
And then you got to decide who's important, who's not important. That's another thing you got to, when you have, if you have a wedding over here and you're popular, like some of the people here, then you've got big decisions to make. Who can come, who can't.
No, you're right.
And each person that comes, extra cost. Yeah. And we don't always want to talk about money, but it's important.
Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Appreciate that.
Reset the room and get somebody else.
No, that was good. Thanks, Jason, man. That was a very good perspective.
It was beautiful, man.
You know what I mean?
The advice was
the VLOOKUPs and that.
All right, cool. All right.
No problem.
Is there any other guys in the room who, basically, for those that just entered, we've been talking about how soon does a man know if she is the one. So the man them already have spoke about their take on it. Is there any other guys in the room who have an opinion on this or can share their experience with that topic? Or are there any females, sorry, we don't say that anymore, sorry, any women who can share their experience about meeting a guy and him telling you that you're the one, like from the beginning, how'd that make you feel, etc., etc.
Or even from your perspective as well, when you meet a guy, how soon do you know whether or not he's the one or he's someone you want to settle down with?
Hi, Emily.
Emily.
Hi, Gina. Hi, Yus. Hi,
going on?
Jason. How you guys doing?
We're good,
thank you. How are you?
Hi, Emily.
I'm right,
Fantastic conversation. Brent, how are you?
It's 'cause you're not.
We've done this before.
Yeah, I hear that.
My bad.
That's all right.
Should I answer the question?
Yes,
directly?
please.
Take it away.
So, my husband of 13 years, soon to be
Oh,
ex-husband.
wait a minute.
Soon to be ex.
Wait a minute. She's got a
Yes.
story.
It'd be hurting me.
Why is it? Why?
Brent, I'm not-
Oh,
Sorry, go on.
we pardon now.
Go on.
Take us there. Paint the picture.
Brent, I'm not going to tell that story,
I
but
hear that.
yeah.
I hear it, Emily. I hear that.
So my soon-to-be ex-husband, 13 years of marriage, he asked me to marry him 3 months into us starting our courtship, our dating. We'd worked together, so we'd known each other for about 2 years at that point, and then at the 3-month point, he was like, "Move in with me." And actually, he asked me to stay in the country. So I was here doing a master's, ready to leave, go back to Uganda, which is where I'm from. And we had dated and it was fine. I enjoyed the dating, but I thought it was always going to end because I had to go back. My master's degree was in African economic and political studies. So there was no point in me really staying here. But at the 3-month point, he asked me to stay. And I had to decide whether or not it was actually meaningful, after 3 months and with those things to consider. But he said he was certain about it, and that he saw us having a future together. We weren't on the same page at that point, but I thought it was worth a try. And I honestly didn't ask any questions as to why he thought it was the case or how much thought he'd given to it. But the fact that he had asked and that he was willing to do whatever was necessary to get us together at that point, I thought, well, he must mean it. So yeah, 3 months, we moved in together, got engaged maybe at the 8-month point, married within the year. We have 2 children together, and 13 years later, we're getting divorced.
Yeah, but despite the divorce, it worked.
No, yeah, it worked.
It worked because you because for 13 years,
Yeah,
you got 2 children.
yeah, it's true.
So it
And
worked.
also, 13 years is not a...
That's not a splash.
Yeah, that's a
That's a monsoon.
period of time.
That's a good time. That's actually a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we've done our time, and we are we're okay with us being where we are. We're co-parenting now, and I think we're doing a good job of it thus far.
Oh, that's good.
Well, yeah.
So I guess for him then, if he, so he proposed after 3 months, right?
No, he proposed after 8.
No,
Three.
3
months.
Yeah.
3 months.
sorry.
No,
No, he
that's
proposed
another
after
2 years,
8.
right?
No, 3 you said.
I thought she said
3 months.
We
I said
moved in
3.
we moved in together at the 3-month point. He basically asked me to stay in the country.
Yeah,
We
that's
didn't
the
talk
main
about
thing.
marriage.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
But okay,
and that's the question
that's
you should be
fair.
asking to the audience.
But
Like,
if-
after 3 months, would you make that
Decision to-
Yeah, but to
major
me,
decision?
but that's as good as saying be my wife.
Fair enough.
Move in with me after 3 months. So for him, going back to our initial topic,
He knew.
he's probably someone who saw you and knew kind of soon. It might not be on the day, but in initial stages that
Yeah.
you were the one because 3 months moving with me.
So you've gone full
But
circle
the
and said she's
circums-
answered the question saying, yes, it exists because my husband.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Hi, Noor.
Yeah.
Hi. I just had a question for Emily, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
sure, go on.
Can you speak? Your volume's a bit low.
All right. Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Okay, great. I was just going to say that, I mean, do you have any advice, and what would your lessons be from your 13-year marriage? Because it's still a big milestone, even if, it's ending in separation.
I missed the last bit, Noor, but are you basically asking what advice
Yes. Yeah, I'm asking, what advice would you give from your experience?
Wow. I have learned, I don't think there's anything novel about the things that I have learned. I've learned that change will happen over such a period of time. And it will happen to you as individuals and at different paces. And it is necessary to be aware of that and to be compassionate with each other, because you're individuals, much as you're a union, you're individuals, and these things are happening in very many different ways. So for us, I think at the time of separation, I was hurtling through massive change. He wasn't doing the same thing. And I didn't have the patience to, for various reasons, I won't necessarily get into right now, but I didn't have the patience to stay because he wasn't willing to acknowledge the need for us to work together towards the next steps. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get
No,
it.
that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I felt that at that point, we basically needed a therapist or a counselor, because nothing I was saying and nothing he was saying was filtering through to the other party. And I was happy to do that. I was willing to do that no matter what it was necessary, and he wasn't. And so I had to put myself first, really. Am I going to stay in a marriage where I'm the only person fighting for this?
Could I add to this, Emily?
Yes, of course.
What I would say is relationships require both people to choose each other constantly, especially in marriage. The moment someone stops choosing you and they're showing you they're not choosing you, that kind of is when it's or you might as well say it's done. Even if you want to go through counselling, etc., it requires both people choosing each other constantly.
Yeah, 100%. And I think I didn't feel chosen in that moment. And it wasn't worth staying, to my mind. He was terrified of counselling. He still is. But that's his journey, and I can accept that as long as he's, living as he sees fit in the moment. I've got to do what I need to do for me. I was never going to be a better wife or mother staying in the marriage under those circumstances.
I respect that.
Question. So 13 years is a long time. How did you come to terms with giving him so many years and at the end, him not willing to even go to counselling?
It was devastating, Brent. I think the first year of the separation, I spent sort of in tears and in a daze and feeling a deep sense of rejection, Brent, for the very reasons that you've just described, and it wasn't just the 13 years. It was the fact that I'd given up my career, my entire education up until the point of doing the master's. I'd given that up. I'd given up so many prospects if I were to compare myself to my friends who had gone the same path that I had. I'd given all that up for, to be a wife and a mother. Not that those things are not valuable, but my life path had changed primarily for him. So I don't know how I got to this point, Brent. I don't know how I got to where I am now, but I have had a lot of support from very unlikely people, including his mother, who's since passed away. But and I actually think she was pivotal in getting me to be more positive about the way things had turned out. But I remember sobbing on my dining room floor one day, and she just happened to have called, and she wanted to take me to lunch, and I was crying down the phone, and she just drove to the house, and he was in the house as well. I think he'd come to see the kids or something. And she shut the door and she sat down on the floor with me and she held me, and then she started crying, and she'd been through a divorce too. And she said, Emily, I've been where you are right now. And I said, yeah. And I hope you believe and understand that when I say to you, I know what you're going through, I mean it. And I said, yeah. And then she says, I'm going to say to you what somebody said to me when I was here. And she said that a friend had said to her that there's absolutely nobody on earth who is worth getting yourself into this state for. Nobody. She says, you're a whole person, you know? And she says, I'm telling you this, and you need to see it, and you need to hold on to it. So she goes, you cry today. I'm going to sit down here with you. We're going to cry. We're going to get through it. But then you're going to get up and you're going to see yourself as you are. Yeah. And you're going to let this thing go.
That is beautiful.
And I could not believe his own mother was saying this to me,
Yeah.
And I literally just, the tears just disappeared in that moment. And I thought, what the hell am I doing? She's right, And I just slowly started to pick myself up from there. And then I also felt that, obviously marriage is a two-way thing. I wasn't entirely faultless in getting us to where we were. There must have been things that I did, whether or not we've had a chance to discuss them, that led us down that path. So I took responsibility for my actions. I started to go for therapy, do whatever I could to just better myself. I mean, I'm still doing the work as I see it. But yeah, I'm not mad at him, Brent. I've sort of accepted it for what it is, and it's just life, isn't it, really?
Would you say, Emily, that it's like mourning someone that's still alive?
Yes, very much so.
That's what, honestly, I think.
That sounds like it's more painful than like mourning at someone that's gone.
It is, Gina.
Gina, I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
It's the most excruciating pain that you will ever be in.
Oh, man.
Like, if I'm honest with you, that's like probably the most excruciating pain I've ever been in. But you learn to live through it. But it's one of those things where you can't explain it to many people because, especially me being a guy, the reality is I get 5 working days and I've got to be back out on the street. That's the reception that guys give, because you can talk to your guys, but they will think you'll be all right. But then you generally have to deal with the healing, the internal stuff, etc. on your own, and it goes with its ebbs and flows. But often you cannot have those conversations. That's why I generally advise people to go through therapy, etc.
100%. But also I believe in hope and a tomorrow. So I don't know who I was saying this to the other day, but I genuinely feel happy, like really, really happy. And I can't remember the last time I felt this way, so much so that I could say it. Sometimes you're happy and you're almost too afraid to say that you're happy, almost like you'll jinx it or you're second guessing yourself. But you get through it. Everybody gets through it. And obviously it's not a permanent state of being, but I feel so much better in myself. I almost feel like I had lost myself, quote unquote, whilst I was married, because you give so much of yourself to your partner, if you're a parent, to your children, and then to your work, that there's so little of you left. I don't know if any of this makes sense. But now that I've had all this time to just sort of come back to myself, I have such a better sense of who I am, that even when things are not great, it never seems that bad to me. I always feel like I can do this. Like almost the worst thing possible has happened, and I can deal with whatever else comes my way.
100%.
Yeah.
Nice
Just want to say thank you, Emily. Thank you for sharing all of that. I think it's really important that we have those types of conversations. And
My pleasure, babe.
Yeah, and I hope you continue to heal. And thank you, everyone, for this conversation. It's just really good to hear all these experiences.
No,
Thank
definitely.
you.
I agree.
Thank you
My
guys
pleasure.
for sharing too.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Jason, for sharing.
Anytime, guys.
Minor.
All right. Can we get a guy, if possible, who can share a story about him meeting a girl and it being kind of love at first sight, or you just knew straight away that she was the one?
Or any female. I really want to put my friend on the spot, to be honest.
You want a guy?
You want a guy? I feel like guys don't want to talk. I want to ask my friend who's married, who's listening, about her and her partner. But I know she's going to kill me if I say her name. So.
Any guys want to come forth?
Christina?
If you've got a story of meeting a girl and she being the one straight away. Hold on, this guy's been in the thing. I can't.
Ew, Dammy.
Dammy, yeah. Every time
But
I
I
accept
keep
him.
trying to accept. Yeah, he raised his hand, but every time I do it, I don't know.
Yeah, Dammy, we're trying to accept you, but it's not.
Oh, now it's working.
Okay, there you go. Hello, sir.
Hey.
How are you going?
Hi.
Good?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good, thank
Good,
you.
thank
man.
you.
We're good, thank you.
So this is my first official clubhouse.
Nice one.
Say about my cherry.
That I'm actually contributing in. So yeah. Hey,
We appreciate it.
nice
Thank you.
conversation. And I think it was Emily speaking. All the best with getting through what's going on. And
Thank you. Thank you very much.
no worries. So I think the question was about meeting a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think for me, I guess when I saw my wife, first thing I thought when I saw her was, like how beautiful she looked. But it was over like a period of say 2 to 3 years of friendship and stuff before we actually started going out. Or before I plucked up the courage to ask her out. And and then over a period, for me, like I always felt like, if we got through a year of the relationship, when we started going out, then I would be asking her to be my wife, because I didn't really want to mess about. And I was, I think at that time, ready to commit to a serious relationship. So literally it was a year, and I proposed, and 10 years later we're still here.
Well done. Can I ask you, in the 2 to 3 years you were friends and you were trying to pluck up the courage, what why didn't you do it? What was it about her, or maybe your life at the time, that you just couldn't do it? You couldn't tell her how you felt?
So I guess there was also other at the time at the time I met her, I had another interest in another lady.
Okay.
But at the same time, at the same time, I was like, I was cultivating a friendship with her. So over time, that friendship grew.
Scholar.
That friendship grew. Yeah, and and it eventually kind of overtook what I had with this other lady. So that was one of the things. And then later on, I wasn't quite sure. We were friends, but I wasn't sure if she was feeling the same way. I'm quite a shy guy anyway. So to really pluck up, it was one of my friends, actually, one of my lady friends. She was like, look, she's speaking to you, then she's interested. So, if she's talking to you and she's actually, you guys are discussing going out and stuff like that, she's like, she's interested. So go and ask her, and the worst is she'll say no. So it was from that gave me the courage to I'm gonna go forward and make my intentions known, and we went from there. So
Dammy, can I
that
ask a
was-
question?
Tell me, yeah.
Of
course.
Is that you mentioned that you was interested in cultivating a friendship with her before? Is that your typical approach when you in dealing with women? Do you seek to find friendship first before pursuing anything romantic?
Personally, yeah, that's what I did. So one of the things one of my kind of older guys told me was like, look, have friends, have girlfriends, in the sense that build friendships up, and don't kind of lock yourself away with one individual girl until you're actually sure which one you want to go for. Now, it's not to say like don't, in these friendships, don't mess about with like 4 or 5 girls in the sense of going out with all of them at the same time and living that player lifestyle. No, it's actually building friendships with these ladies, and then eventually, out of let's say you've got 3, 4 friends, eventually you'll see that 1, 2, 3 drop off, and then 1 remains, and there's your queen kind of thing. And that's kind of the concept and mindset that I had. I had a couple of friends, couple of potential.
It's the process of elimination.
Yeah,
It sounds like you like a little roster there, Dammy.
I was gonna say, do you know what I
Starting
mean?
5, innit?
Starting
Starting 5.
Lakers.
The point guard, power forward, center,
6 man.
shooting guard.
So you're a little bit of a player there, Dammy, huh?
No, not
I'm
like that.
joking.
You just like to keep your
No,
options
remember he
open.
said that. No, he's
Yeah.
trying to build friendships with the girl.
Yeah,
He's not out there dating
Yeah,
all
yeah.
5 like you do.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
no.
joking.
That's too expensive, man. So
man said, I'm on a budget. No, I hear that.
So, but that was my experience anyway. So
And you've been together for how long? Is it 10 years?
10 years,
yeah, so we're gonna be married 10 years next year in 2021.
What age? What age did you get married? You don't mind me asking?
I got married at 27.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's a good age.
Yeah, and we've got three girls.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Beautiful.
I have three young girls. So we're very blessed and thankful for that. So yeah.
Cool. So when you proposed, that's when it is you actually knew that you wanted her to be your wife. It wasn't a case of, well, it's been long enough, you might as well make that commitment.
No, well, yeah, you could say that, but I mean, I always felt like because we'd had a friendship before, and because I wanted to take this step, there was the kind of, I guess the thought was always there. And for me, it was like, you know what, if we get through 1 year, I don't really want to mess about. Let's just do this. So it was a case of, okay, we got through the year and we're still good. And there's no like, it's not like we're struggling or anything like that. So, a couple of months, probably about 6-7 months, I did the whole, oh yeah, let's go kind of, let's just go to the shopping, and then did the whole, go to the jewelry shop and buy, all of those moves you do. So so I kind of, for me it was we got on well, we had the friendship, and throughout the year it was just more of a confirmation for me.
All right, so big question.
Yeah.
Did you treat her differently when she became your wife?
Did I treat her differently in what way?
Than when she was your girlfriend?
So after you got married, did anything change in the way you treated her? Did you, for example, treat her better because now she's your wife as opposed to your girlfriend?
That's a good question, guys.
No pressure.
That's a good question. I wouldn't say like I treated her worse, but then again,
what did you go with that first?
Why did you go with?
He said, I wouldn't say I treated her worse.
No, big man, did you treat her better?
No. As in, I mean, she's my wife now, right? So I've got that responsibility as a man You know, this is my family that I'm building. This is my family unit. So those responsibilities become heavy, or you know, are realized in that moment. This is the woman that I'm going to build my future with. Why I'm like I'm in RN is because when kids come into play, it becomes a different dynamic.
Ballgame,
Yeah, the relationship becomes a bit different. Your priorities change, focus changes, and recently we've been doing we just finished a 5-week pre-marriage course that we were helping other young couples who are about to get married. And the last session was yesterday, and it was all about what are your priorities in your relationship. And although like most people would be like, you know, God first, then the marriage, then the children, but and that's like almost like the perfect answer, right?
Yeah.
But in reality, when you look at it, you find that, I found that actually, if we really deep it and think about it, our children are probably our number one, because we focus so much on them. It's not to say we don't pray, we don't do all these things, right? Because we say God should be our standard and the first focus for us. But actually, you know, we focus so much on the children. In reality, they're probably our number one priority. And then maybe it's God, then maybe it's us. Whereas, you know, we need to take care of us as well, so that we can be good parents, and we can, you know, and we can do all the things that we need to. So I think the relationships evolve, and as they evolve, and as it evolved as it's evolving for us, you know, you get your up and down days, man. Guys, no relationship is perfect. You know, we argue, we have disagreements, we have things we don't see eye to eye on, but we are in a marriage, we're in a union, and, you know, we are doing our best to uphold that union and be the best we can be, not just for us, but for our kids as well, and raising, you know, our girls. So it's a tough question, and I think, you know, I wouldn't say I treat her worse, but I would say our relationship has evolved over a period of time, and depending on the stage, you know, yeah, you might find that we're probably treating each other slightly differently. So
Yeah.
I hope I've answered the question.
Nah, you haven't. But that's all right.
You did. You did perfect.
He has, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, he has answered the question.
He hasn't.
I
said I abstain.
Oh, yeah. All right, then, Dabby. Thank you for your input. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Good to be here.
Thank you, man. We're going to end. Obviously, we're recording the podcast right now, so we can't go on for too long. We've already been recording for 3 hours. So if you guys want to carry on this conversation, feel free.
You have to make somebody a moderator.
You have to make
right?
So, I don't know. Does anyone want to carry on? We can make you a moderator. Emily or Jason. We can make you guys
Yeah, I'm happy to moderate
All
if
right.
people are
Cool.
staying.
All right,
Yeah,
so
cool. If people want to ask questions or whatever.
we'll make Emily and Jason the moderators. Me and Gina are going to log off and carry on with the podcast. And you guys
Okay, guys.
carry on the
Are
conversation.
you actually recording this as a podcast?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be on the podcast. For those who just joined the group, or for those who don't know, we are Meetings After 7. We got a podcast that comes out every Sunday. So this will be out on Sunday in conjunction with our podcast. It will be in the pod. So
Fantastic.
your voice is
Good
going to be published.
They gonna be heard.
You know what I mean? But
She
yeah.
don't know. You said you treat her worse.
Listen, don't play back to your wife.
Yeah, good luck with that, boy. Good luck.
All right, guys. All right, so we're going to leave and you guys carry on, yeah?
All right, then. Take care,
All
guys.
right, bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hold on, Gina. Have you made them? Yeah, made them.
I did.
Oh, you have,
I
you
did
have,
before I
yeah.
left.
All right, cool.
You guys had nearly 200 people in there.
I know. Do you know what? I literally kept screenshotting.
Yeah. I
Like
think
every minute.
the highest I saw was
Does anyone have any questions?
Wait, why am I still
Oh, I
here?
want to come up and share something.
Well, damn.
Sorry.
No, I exited the
She's in there.
Oh.
And then she's like, oh my God, you got 200. He's like, yeah, I screenshot.
That's so dumb.
To Gina.
I'm hot,
And then
bro.
Jason's like, get out.
Admin. You know. I got 200. These guys are all about the figures.
You guys gotta pretend.
Y'all niggas
you
don't
guys
love
done
us.
that. Terrible. You need to pretend like you don't do this on a regular. I screenshot.
But it was
Sorry, it was me.
Why did
No,
you
but I
do
thought you weren't in it.
I left and then for some reason because you
I
said
couldn't
they made
hear
them
it.
moderators.
Jason Clare just thought.
So guys, how about the Lakers? What time?
It's fine, man. Minor.
I gotta leave, man.
Yeah.
Got a gym, man.
All right, let's sign off.
Yeah, nigga, because we ain't tier 4.
I thought you said I got a gym.
No, I'm playing.
Oh.
All right, songs of the week.
I will be skipping.
Just play a song, bruv.
I ain't got one.
Find one. You come here.
Is it by force?
Yes, you correspondence. You come here all the
funny.
time. You know that's Fuji this.
Okay.
With your naked pool picture.
I know exactly what song I'm playing.
Huh?
Let me see.
Oh.
All right, so this is
Not funny.
Vory featuring Meek Mill. Ain't it funny?
It's a very angry song.
Ain't